Now, see, the thing is, I have two stream keys on. I have two stream keys on YouTube. I have the horizontal stream key and the vertical stream key. And once I go live with the horizontal stream, I can no longer swap between the two. And I can also not open the live page for. I have no way of accessing the live page for the vertical stream key. Because YouTube does not like it when you have two separate streams. But it's the only way I can do both the horizontal and the vertical stream on YouTube. Okay, the Twitch stream did not get interrupted. We do love to see that, and both the horizontal and the vertical stream are now live on Twitch, on YouTube. Okay, I think I fixed it. Thank God. I'm sorry that it always has to be like this, chat. It's my tech curse.
Yeah, apparently, I mean, it does seem like you...
I invited, man, I joined like, I joined Sofera's stream the other day, and the moment I said something in chat, his stream started lagging to hell and back. It was instant. The moment I showed up, I showed my face, it was like, hey. Like, the Twitchers just went like, oh shit, Rico is here, I've got to break something. But that was on Twitch, funnily enough, not on YouTube. Shouldn't have had those edibles, well, I mean, you know, if you can't if you can't handle the heat, stay out of it, so however that goes. Okay, chat. I'm sorry for the delay, but we're gonna snow run now before anything else breaks. Yeah, it's a multi-POV.
What did I do?
What did I do? And I've been playing way more Final Fantasy XIV in the last week than I have in a very long time. Ugh. Actually did the alliance raids, can you believe that?
Mm.
They're pretty good. Good storyline. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting like just a quick crossover, but they actually had like explanations and reasons, and they tied it into stuff, and it felt thematically appropriate and everything. And then at the very end, Yoshida like looked at the camera and like said my full name and SSID and said, "And you're gonna play Final Fantasy XI, right?" That was a bit weird that they put that in, but.
That does sound like Final Fantasy.
Yeah, this was the one that we were doing. Great game, private. Yes, there we go. And if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Yeah. You want a pet hamster? You immediately forgot you already have a pet hamster. Ouch! I would hate to be your hamster right now. I would just be sitting there like, dude, what the fuck? I'm right here. Okay, so y'all, welcome. Sorry, I'll do a proper introduction now. Welcome back to the Theater of Tomorrow, everyone. Welcome back to Full Steam Saturday. We're gonna start with some Snowrunner with Chris, and later, much later, we're gonna do another Mega Man X marathon. That's gonna be much later.
Double Donkey Kong.
Oh, I forget about this every time. And also, let me capture your capture.
You capture my capture, and I'll watch you capture my capture.
Yes. That's the way you're supposed to play games, right?
Yep.
God, I have so many Discord messages.
Mr. Popular over here.
If only. No, I've been making plans. I got back a very big and important commission a few days ago, so I'm making other plans around that now. On an unrelated note, did you know that on 3rd of June is my 2nd affiliate anniversary? You know, just bring that up for no reason.
Oh, do you have any?
I might have some plans for that day. I'll make I'll make some announcements of what we're gonna do on a day later. I need to like make sure that everything is in motion first. We're gonna celebrate it. I think last year for the affiliate anniversary, what did I do last year? It was like the Stellar Stream anniversary. I think I played. Oh, the Stellar Stream anniversary was for the day I started streaming. I don't remember what I did for last year's affiliate anniversary. I don't think we did celebrate it in a major way. Just kind of like yeah, y'all are cool. Y'all made this possible. Sorry, but yeah, so we're playing Snowrunner. We're still in North Carolina. We have completed all of the main goals. So the nuclear reactor is operational, the cooling is operational, and the local science stations are running again. And now we've been doing smaller contracts, although they definitely don't feel small, where we hook up the power basically to the whole region. We still have a whole bunch of shit left to do in this region, chat. We're nowhere near done. I think I was driving a car over here to go pick up these upgrades, but I don't remember where the car is. Was it the Tetra? Yeah, it was the Tetra, yeah. Yeah, I literally parked it over here and then we stopped for the day, I think. So let's pick it up right where we left off, shall we? What are you doing, Chris?
I was using... Your crane was already parked over here, so I was using it to see what cargo was in the
yes.
warehouse.
That's where I accidentally put the planks on the thing instead of the thing.
2 metal beams and 2 metal rolls. Okay.
Okay, I think I'm gonna have to turn up the music a little bit. I can barely hear it. I'm gonna turn down the engine sounds, I think. They're already down to 60, holy shit.
So I'm in the echo zone.
Well, it is a Tetra truck, so it's very loud. Want to get Chihi a hamster? We already have a hamster. Hi Hoa Kwa Lily, welcome in. Ooh.
Turn around. There we
go. Chat, how's the audio balance? Do I need to do something about the music or the game audio? Looks good on my side. But I know that the engines in this game can be very loud. It doesn't help that this truck just has a very loud engine. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Chris?
Do we have a trailer sitting around somewhere?
There is one. Which area are you in?
I'm in the reactive zone.
There is. I have my ass off over there, and I'm parked on the railroad with a trailer. I use that to move a rail section. So it's just sitting there in the middle of the wilderness if you need a trailer. That might be suitable for your needs.
Oh, it's like a...
It's a big trailer.
Nah, I need like the little trailers I can tow.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna go across the river here, and then we're gonna go pick up... Oh, I want those upgrades, the thing. I've not seen them in the list, so I don't think... Like, at no point was I like, I need to get another upgrade from this region. But I want to know what they are. It might be for the rock grinder or something. And are my ears just so sensitive today, or does the engine sound even louder than usual?
I don't know, man. I turned my engine down to like 15% or something like that.
Yeah, I might go even further down. Let's try 35%. Oh, that's better, yeah, that's much better. I can turn the... Because I don't want to turn the music up too high either. I want the music to be something more in the... Just kind of in the background, you know? Because I know that, like especially on stream, like, people do enjoy music, but sometimes they're also like... But I also kind of want to, like, listen to my own music. So I try to keep the music a bit more quiet.
Both trailers are over there. Okay.
Anyway, audience, how are y'all doing today? Hope y'all are having a great weekend. Y'all got any plans for the weekend?
Sleep.
That's very fair. Man. I made something yesterday, and I think there was something in it that kept me awake, because I barely slept last night.
Me too.
My roommate was like, did you have alcohol last night? And I was like, yeah, I had a beer. And I was like, well, there you go. And I'm like, but I have like, when it's in the weekend, I often drink beer, and it's never been this bad. I don't think it's the alcohol. No, I made like, I don't know what the name for them is in English. In Dutch we call them krieltjes. It's like little orbs of, little potato orbs that you can like bake in the oven or in a pan, you know. Like little round, I guess you could think of them as little round fries. And I had like ones with barbecue flavor because they were on sale, but I think there was something in the barbecue flavoring that like my body didn't agree with and kept me awake. Because this happened twice. Because I had 2 bags of them because they were on, like, there was like 2 for the price of 1 kind of deal. And now I get why. Now I get why they were on sale.
You're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, that shit did not agree with me. I'm gonna turn the music up ever so slightly. There we go. You know that both my recent Final Fantasy streams got claimed by the same organization? Some fucking Warner Brothers ass music claim on the final battle, and I don't know, for the melody. I sincerely doubt that they actually have the rights of whatever they claimed. Like, I think it's all a load of bullshit.
I mean, it's all, the claim process stuff is all automated, so...
Yeah, I know, but I really I feel like if you claim, like if you automatically claim something and it turns out to be incorrect, and is there no punishment if you like make a lot of false claims?
It's like, it's... The way I know how claims work on YouTube is if it's a business corporation claim, like, they kind of just like can do what they want, even if it's not an accurate claim. But it doesn't mean that they can't be subject to legal action. It's just that typically, if you're going to take any legal action, legal fees cost so much that it's not worth going through the hassle.
Yeah, that's, I feel like that is the big problem with the legal aspect of it. And like, I know that like a lot of, like, I know that like Toby Fox has like a company that helps him with it. I think Richard EB does the same thing. You have like these companies that say like, hey, we'll help you with your monetized content on YouTube. And one of the ways that we will help you is by we will claim the heavens and the clouds in them. If like there's any kind of chance of that, you know, like basically the business model is we will make more money for you by bullying little creators, and like it's annoying. It's like I've like heard stories where like even like the actual claiming company themselves like were like an artist informed them that they had like their own stuff got claimed or something, and then the company went like, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. That's weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like you said, it's all automated processes that just claim whatever they can.
It's especially funny because recently there's been a bunch of like Nintendo copyright strikes against YouTube channels. Mm-hmm. Like they always do this every now and then, where they just like go through a bunch of crap and strike people's channels, you know. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny that they're picking, you know, it's like, oh, they're picking on all these little creators, but the US government uses their Pokemon theme song in their propaganda.
Yeah, I did see that.
They're just like, yeah, we don't condone this, but we're not going to do anything about it, you know.
Yeah, thank you, Nintendo. Thank you.
Thanks for picking on all the little people.
Because small creators are easier to bully. Like, I brought this up before, but like, you have you have like 3 milestones on YouTube. You have the 500 subscriber milestone where you can get like monetized. You have the 1000 subscriber milestone where you can where they start showing ads. That's the real monetization milestone. And then the next milestone is at 1 million subscribers when you actually get to talk to a human with YouTube. Until then, it's all automated systems. Like it's I feel like YouTube is really kind of an example of like how the fuck do you even run a platform that big with that many users. And I get that it's difficult, but surely there's a better way than this. Surely. Yo, there's a fucking Hummer over here in the trench. What the hell?
I think there's probably a task to move it.
Yeah, there is a task right next to it, and one of us already picked it up at some point. Just not tracking it. Like with the dual stream stuff now with YouTube, I'm like, YouTube, you have the technology, you can do it. You started rolling this out at the start of the year. Can I please have it? So that I can stop having to like restart the entire streams because the vertical stream didn't go out, please? Making like pretty eyes. Like, I'll subscribe to YouTube Premium if you want to look behind that. I'll do that for that if you want that. I'll do it, but please? Can I have it? I have everything set up. Can I have it? Can I have dual format streaming? Please? Growing increasingly desperate. Please, YouTube, can I have it? Can I have dual format streaming, please?
10,000 subscribers.
Oh boy, if they actually, man, you know what? If they actually lock it behind a subscriber count, I'll fight for it. I'll start like making a video, one video every week. Like, I mean, like a big edited video.
Oh.
You know, I was watching.
That also means you'd have to stream.
Yeah.
To make a big edited video every week.
I have so many VODs. I could literally fill my channel with videos for like years to come if I started only editing them.
Fair enough.
I need to like. I seriously need. I wanna finish the current video I'm working on, the Backrooms video, and after that I wanna open up a commission slot for a video, so that I can make one for someone else. Okay, I'm gonna start with just one commission slot.
That's a good idea.
Oh, I missed my turn. Oops. I want to see if I can like you know, like the whole. Because I don't know how much. Like, it's difficult to figure out how much money to charge, how much time it's gonna take, and all the planning around it, and that kind of stuff. You know, so that's why I want to start simple. Keep it simple and small. Because one of the things that I see, common mistake that people make with commissions is that they'll take on commissions, they don't have enough time to finish them, but they do need to keep making money, so they start taking on more commissions. And they cannot finish those either, and they start taking on even more commissions. Okay, this is another engine for the FEM, which I don't think we need, because I think that this is an inferior engine. You know, kind of that kind of process where they start taking on more and more commissions, to pay for the ones they to pay like for the. And then it ends up to just a complete disaster.
Yeah, you definitely got to be careful.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I want to start with just a single commission slot, and that's it. So that I don't want to like drop myself into like a scheduling nightmare, basically. Okay, so that's that upgrade. The other upgrade is over there. How the fuck do I get there? Okay, we'll just go over here to start with, and then we'll drop down. I love seeing the cooling towers in the distance. This map does do a great job of like making it feel like one big whole, even though it's 4 separate maps. Because of things like that you can actually see the features from the other maps in the distance.
like I said, this has been probably my favorite map we've done so far.
Yeah. Been a very good one, yeah. Hi Monokuma, welcome back to the YouTube chat. Why are you hopping between chats again? You have the pet store. Oh, that's why. Are you seriously, bro? You should be more careful with your money. Are you seriously gonna buy another hamster? You just got a new puppy. I could try going to the water over here. I don't know if that's gonna work. I'll give it a shot. So Chris, you have finished Windrose, right? At least what there is in Windrose so far.
Yeah, I've done all of the early access like quests. I didn't like do, I guess, every single possible thing in the game, but I did do a lot of it. Very fun.
I mean, it's still in early access, so I would like leave some stuff to do in like for later updates. Yeah, I've been watching you play it. I've been watching another friend play some of it, and it looks so cool.
It's for early access. It's very good, and there's a lot to do in early early access.
I'm sorely tempted to play it.
I mean, you know, it's fun.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't blame you for wanting to wait.
Yeah, the main thing is why I want to wait is because like the whole early access thing and such. Even though like I've definitely played a lot of games in early access, but like that's why I'm considering holding off on it, and also because like there's a lot of other stuff coming out now and such. Like I've been also considering picking up Tomodachi Life because that looks so much fun. And I got like a bunch of other games I still need to finish. Rio, thank you for the resubscription.
Compared to other similar survival crafting style games.
No, did I put I put the wrong winch on this. Oh no, I got so distracted by Rio's subscription. I let myself get fucking distracted. Your resub make me flip. Yeah. This is for you, Rio. I flipped it for you. Because I'm so happy that you resubscribed.
Now we're snow running.
I forgot I put a different winch on this. Because I was like, I don't need the automated winch. Nope.
Anyway, I was just going to say that for an early access of the survival crafting genre, it does have a lot compared to other games that I've played that in early access. Like it's not quite a complete game, but you could spend I think I spent like 40 or 50 hours on that game already. Which is like basically an entire, you know, that's like a game's amount of time, you know?
Yeah.
Like a finished game, so.
I'm gonna probably drive the Caterpillar over there, the train. Yeah, that does sound like a finished game, yeah. Also, that message was very loud, so I think that maybe my sound balance is a little bit fucked up right now. Hang on, chat. I'm gonna change the sound balance a little bit.
Windrose, Rio.
Yeah.
The pirate game.
Chris has been playing Windrose. Turn you up a little bit. Yeah, Chris has been playing Windrose and streaming it to a bunch of us, and it looks really fun. I do really like those kind of games. Still questioning if a truck with like an extra set of wheels that are suspended most of the time is a good choice to put a crane on, but it might be more of a heavy load truck than a crane truck, I don't know. It's kind of nice to have the extra grip when I'm stuck in the mud. I have to think about if I want to change this. I think there's like another truck that has like a wider base that's also very useful for cranes. This thing kind of has been my dedicated crane truck for a little while now, and I'm kind of used to it.
Dude, they do this on purpose. They put this. They put the
You're shearing.
truck loader in the like back corner of this factory so that you have to do this awkward turn to get out of here.
Hi, Paul Botton. Welcome back. How are you doing today, Creo? Have you played anything cool lately? I've been playing. I saw that you put up Drakengard 3 the other day. I unfortunately was like I caught the stream too late to watch it. Oh, I got so distracted just for a moment. I like kept seeing something moving out of the corner of my eye, and it's my own laughing emoji. Wait, where am I? Okay, we're still here. And again, 3 days, we're having loads more fun compared to 2. Yeah, 3 is like the one that's closest to an actual video game of the Drakengard series, right? I don't know. The only things I know about Drakengard I picked up by watching people stream it. See, I think that like 3 looks to me the most like a Yoko Taro game based on what I know about Yoko Taro. You know, because 1 is like his kind of, it's like a very cynical kind of fantasy / kind of game, and 2 is not even made by him. But 3 has like all of those Yoko Taro hallmarks, you know. If they did for Drakengard 3 what they did for Nier Replicant, that would be interesting. And make like a remake that has actual playable frame rate and everything.
Playable frame rate.
Yeah, isn't that the big issue with 3, that it's that it runs like absolute garbage? That's what I always heard. I have not actually played 3, so I don't know. 3 on hardware is so
People play
bad.
Ocarina of Time at fucking 22 frames per second.
Yeah, but Ocarina of Time is not a spectacle fighter.
Yeah, I mean fair.
3 on hardware so bad it actually borders on unplayable, but my totally super real legit PS3 can run it much better. Yeah, it's based that's more or less what I've heard. The game runs much better on like totally real modern PS3s.
A lot of games do.
Mm-hmm. Look at how popular Nier is and Yoko Taro as a creator. It wouldn't surprise me if at some point they're gonna like at least like, because Drakengard 3 again is like the one that's most like a Yoko Taro, like a modern Yoko Taro game. So it wouldn't surprise me if they at the very least port that one over. I think I almost never hear anyone about 2, and 1 is kind of notorious as being like an anti-game, so I don't think that those 2 will ever come over, but...
Okay, I think I know what that means, but I'm gonna ask anyway. What is an anti-game?
Well, it's like... Again, I have not played any of the Drakengard games, but it... Like I talked about this the last time, I think, where like every time... Like, you're like, what do you think of Drakengard? Oh my god, I love Drakengard so much, my favorite game. Should I play it? Oh god, no, you shouldn't actually play it. You know, that's every Drakengard fan I've ever spoken. They're like, yeah, the game is, I absolutely love that game, you should not play it, stay away from it. It's just that like, it's okay, so... The way that people have described the game to me is that the whole point of the game is to kind of like be... Like the challenge, that perception of like, you know, like that the main characters of video games are often murder hobos. So Yoko Taro made the main character of Drakengard an actual murder hobo, who's like he's like an immoral, evil person, the protagonist. And he just kind of made the whole game basically like almost like a punish you for things, punish you for even playing it. It's kind of like, oh yeah, you love this, you sick fuck. Drakengard 1 is a game that you can play, yeah. Like what I've heard, I've heard Harpy talk about it, and she explained it like, if you play the game on easy mode, the game will not drop, you will never like get health pickups or anything. Like the game will be easier, but you will never, like you will literally not, enemies die so fast that you cannot build up the combos you need for points and health pickups or something. That's how she explained it. So the game actually becomes much harder on like a meta level in that way. For daring to play easy.
Damn, this sounds like a cool ass game.
Hey, if you want to play it, go ahead. Be my guest. Make sure to get all of the endings, including ending E.
Now, see, that's the one thing I probably like. It does sound cool, but when it comes to games with multiple endings, it very much depends on how the endings are implemented for me to want to get them.
Oh boy.
Like, if it's like, oh, like I could just reload a save and get a different ending, then sure.
I mean, I think
if it's play the entire game again, no, I'm not doing that.
I think there's some of that in there. Like, I don't think you have to replay the entire game to get different endings necessarily. Alright, I'm in the water. Drakengard 2 has played the entire game again multiple times, okay. But 1 isn't?
Yeah.
Like again, I know that 2 was not actually made by Yoko Taro, so 2 is I know that 2 is like a fine game and everything. But it does lack the Yoko Taro special sauce. 1 and 3, are you basically redoing certain missions with different outcomes, different timelines? Okay. Like, I know that, like, ending E of 1 is the most famous one, because that's the ending that's, like, that was, like, started as a kind of a joke ending, but then ended up becoming, like, the ending that leads to Nier. And...
well, see, yeah, I was gonna say, I played, Nier Automata.
Yeah.
And, like, it was fun, it's alright. But then when it was like, I beat the game, and then you could play the game again as other characters.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't different enough to make me want to play the entire game again.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think that, like, oh god, this is turning into a disaster. How do I properly flip this thing over? So what I know is that, like I've heard people describe the ending of the Nier raids in Final Fantasy XIV as trying to prevent ending E from happening again. That's basically the thing. That's why also why the final Nier
about
raids. What?
The Final Fantasy XIV raids
have you
story.
Have you not played the raids, the Nier raids in Final Fantasy?
No, I've done them like hundreds of times. It's just like that was the one Alliance raid story that I just like completely checked out of.
Oh yeah, I mean I also didn't understand the damn thing what was happening, but that's what I like saw that people describe it of like, yeah, you're basically what's happening at the end of that raid is kind of like what happened in the ending, what happened in ending E of Drakengard.
Yeah, I was
Except
about to
this
say,
time you're trying
if
to
I had
stop
played
it.
Drakengard, I might have been interested, but since I haven't, I was just like this feels like I have to go read like too much extra stuff to understand.
Okay, I got the raised suspension for the Rock Rider. We're trying to prevent ending E from Drakengard 1 and also ending D from Drakengard 3. Yeah, see, that's the kind of shit. Like, they show the two dwarves finding, like, the big white orb. And it's this huge thing, this huge reveal, like, oh my god, this big white orb is involved. And I remember watching that cutscene and being like, wow, this seems very important. I wish I knew what it was. And then I had to look it up, and people were like, that's a seed of destruction. And I was like, the fuck is a seed of destruction? And then they linked me to, like, an article and, like, a wiki, and I read it, and I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, I can see why this is such a big deal. I wish the game explained it to me, though.
I wish I'm like, if I would have taken that, I like reading and taking the time to read all that stuff, but like when I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh man, I just give me to the raid, I'll come back and
yeah.
read about this or play Drakengard myself one day, which I probably will at least play Drakengard 1 someday.
That seems like the kind of game that you would be into, yeah.
I mean, I like weird games, so even anti-games or games that hate the player.
Alright, so now I have these 2 trucks out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm probably gonna leave the crane. I don't know, I should probably recover it. We have another truck. What I could do is I could return the trailer if I can find a trailer store. I don't think there's a trailer store in this area though. I have the Azov here. What I could do is there's a mission here to recover a trailer. I could do that one with the Azov, but I'm gonna have to like leave the other trailer over here at the nuclear reactor.
Fear and Hunger. I have not played that game, and I don't even know if I've heard of that game. But maybe I've seen it, possibly.
It's a
because I've heard of a bunch of weird games before.
It's a very weird, dark RPG. And it's like
Dark
something
RPG.
that it's like something you're not allowed to play it on Twitch, I think, because one of the first enemies has his cock out. Which, you know, like, I thought
think
that Twitch
I have
allowed
seen,
it.
yeah, now that you've said it this way, I think I have seen this game,
Yeah.
and it does. I was interested in it.
Yeah, that also seems like the kind of game you would be into, yeah.
I just forgot the name of it.
I don't understand why, like, I don't know if that's, like, there's, like, a bunch of really dark, like, that game is, like, fucking depressing, apparently, and has a whole bunch of dark themes in it. So there's probably more reasons than the enemy, like, that one of the first enemies having his cock out, because I know that, like, if like, the cock being out is part of the vanilla game, and it's not, like, and the cock is not the main focus of the game, then I think it's, like, allowed on Twitch, you know, like you can play Cyberpunk 2077 or Baldur's Gate with nudity enabled on Twitch. That's allowed.
You can have flaccid cock. You can't have hard cock.
No? Okay, then I don't know if Baldur's Gate is allowed. Like I've seen big streamers stream Baldur's Gate without like censors, any form of like censorship.
Yeah. Because there's no hard cock in Baldur's Gate. It's only flaccid.
No hard cock
Like-
and Baldur's Gate.
Like any scene that show, if there's any sex scene, it doesn't show like a hard cock. or anything
Okay,
like that.
okay, then I think that Cyberpunk actually does have hard cock, so you probably have to censor that then. I don't know. Like mostly what I remember from the sex scenes in Cyberpunk is just like flashes and them being kind of weird and awkward.
Now that's every video game sex scene.
That is true. Like there was like I remember like there's like you can fuck Meredith Stout, and it came out of nowhere. Like I didn't even realize that I was going for a sex scene with her, and just out of nowhere like you enter a hotel room and she's there like fucking BDSM gear and shit, and then it played a super awkward sex scene again. And there's like another scene, a flashback with Johnny, where the bottom line is it's all just very weird and awkward. The sex in that game the sex scenes I've seen are so awkward, you know.
Look, I think every video game has awkward sex scenes, so
Yeah, it's true. It's always a little bit awkward. But yeah, so like you can't hard focus on the dick and balls, yeah. Like yeah, it's like I know you cannot just play straight up like porn games on Twitch, like for obvious reasons. You cannot do that.
but
If a game has
But
a little
that's
bit of that stuff in it, it's okay though.
anyway, like I was saying, as long if it's flaccid and not really like meaningful, then you can stream it and you're like 90% fine.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, what
If
Rio
it's,
describes, what people do is they install the censor mod on the first game and they stream to the category for the second game, because that one has a category on Steam, on Twitch.
yeah,
That's how people get
mean-
around it, and then that way it's allowed.
you know, like like you might have to worry about it, but I don't have to worry about it because no one's gonna report my channel if I stream anything.
Yeah, like I doubt anyone would report my channel if I were to do it, but I don't want to do it if it's against Twitch TOS. Which I do hope to, like, I am an affiliate now, and I hope to maybe, perhaps, put fingers together and one day get partner, so I do need to be considerate of that kind of stuff. Like, when it comes to those kind of games, I'm gonna be honest, like, I think I would be completely fine if Twitch just allowed, like, any kind of game, you know, like, just allow porn games in their own category. Like, I don't give a shit. It's just not something that I would be interested in streaming. With other people, if they want to do it, go ahead. But, yeah, it's against the Twitch.
We got hot tub streams, and we got. No, don't get me started. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I know. I won't get you started. No, like
Yeah.
you know, after like the rules about what VTubers are allowed to wear and not. And I saw on my Twitter timeline at one point, I saw like an example of what an NSFW VTuber or live 2D model looked like, and it was like all of the extra features and everything, and I was like, okay. I guess that's and it just made me go like, I mean, look, Twitch, like I get why you don't want this kind of stuff, but also I'm like, you know, if you keep it to its own category, you know, whatever, who gives a like, yeah, like a lot of conservative modders will be very worried about their children and such, but they will refuse to actually watch what their children are looking at on the internet, you know, and will just expect everyone else to babysit their children, so.
Yeah, let me just leave my
Oh
8-year-old
shit!
with this access to the
This is-
internet
Hi
unattended.
Landon, welcome in. This is the fuck. I have the wrong saddle here. Okay, the asshole is not gonna work for this, unfortunately. I need to bring a saddle low for this trailer. It's a damn shame.
Settle low.
Some people's models astonish me. Yeah, there is very strict rules for like what VTuber models are allowed to wear, especially if you're female presenting. Like, you cannot show under boob. You can show over boob, but you cannot show under boob. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
What a fucking distinction.
Yeah, if you're like male presenting like me, you can get away with more.
You can
You've
show
seen-
over boob.
you've
but
seen
you
the
can't
diagram.
under boob. That's no.
Yeah, it's also about the
Underboob
hip.
too sexy.
It's also about the hips, you know. It's like, you know, you cannot wear like a G-string or something if you're a female model. I don't even a male model probably cannot do with G-string. But so you'll have to like, so from the crotch out, across like horizontally from the crotch out, the hips have to be covered as well. Is basically the idea. So you have to be careful with like anything that shows any amount of hip. Like I know a VTuber who has like, you know, like a dress that has like a side cut dress, so it's the dress is absolutely like, it's a little bit sexy, but it's by and far not like the main focus to be like ultra sexy or anything, but it does show some hip. And technically that dress is not allowed because it shows just a little bit too much of the hip, even though it's like a side cut dress, you know, because of those rules. Gotta have your hips covered, can't show underboob, gotta have the nips hidden. Yeah, the nips, no defined lines in the crotch. So yeah, you cannot have like a camel toe or something like that, I think.
No defined
Twitch asked me if I
lines.
wanted to send the last one. I'm kind of surprised it didn't get caught by the auto mod with how prudish it can be sometimes. Okay, so this, unfortunately the Azov is not gonna work here. So I'm gonna send another truck with a saddle low to solve this. I wanna do this now. Yeah, you can, like, the things you can, I don't think that you can have like a significant bulge or a significant camel toe or anything like that in the crotch of your VTuber model. But yeah, so like the model I saw was like fully featured, had like multiple animations, had like, you know, like could like pop up and down on top of something, had like both hands around something, you know. it was like a clown show. Clown show involving dicks. It was hilarious to see.
I wonder what he could be talking about, chat.
Fully featured live 2D model. It just, the thing is, it just looks funny to me, you know. It looks so funny and kind of awkward. Okay, this thing can only accept a saddle high, so this is not gonna work, unfortunately. Maybe I should like. Oh, I can actually afford a new truck. Wasn't there one I wanted still? The 5319? I remember there was someone in the chat last time I played this who, like, I think recommended I don't get one of these trucks because they were, like, relatively weak or something. Live 2D on its own can already look a little bit silly. Yeah, well, Live 2D, because it's like a 3D model has its problems and its limitations, but at the end of the day, it's fully 3D, which is a big advantage. And Live 2D has its own advantages, like mostly in terms of style, because it actually is a moving 2D character instead of like a 3D model pretending to be 2D. But then, as a result, it has to make compromises, and in certain cases, a lot of compromises. But a good rigger can do a lot to smoothen over those compromises. Like a really good rigging can be absolutely amazing. And moving asset instead of a million moving images, basically, yeah. But yeah, like, but a good rigging on a good Live 2D model of high quality can look absolutely amazing, though. Like, it adds a certain flair. Like, Live 2D models have a certain flair that you don't get with 3D, you know? And vice versa, 3D can do things that Live 2D cannot do. They both have, like, their strengths and their weaknesses. And a lot of it depends on, like, the quality of the model and especially the quality of the rigging. And also, I'm someone who, like, forgoes a lot of, like, jiggle physics. Like, most of my jiggle physics are in my hair and in my ears and such. Like, that's in particular,
well,
if you're not careful with the jiggle physics, things can start looking very ridiculous.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was about to ask, what are you gonna jiggle?
My giant man titties. I wish I had hand tracking right now. You could have seen my hand face through my chest. I'm torn between getting a real high-end 2D or 3D model whenever I get the funding. I know 2D gets super pricey. Rio, if you want, like, I can, like, give you the artist of this 3D model. Honestly, like I said, I feel like Live 2D definitely has its own advantages and such, and I kind of wanna upgrade to, I wanna go to like Live 2D, but I think honestly, like, with a good 3D model, you're settled for VTubing. Like, especially since it depends on the price and the quality, etc., and such. But I think the most important thing is to communicate clearly to your artist what you're looking for, you know, and give them feedback, make it like a whole process. Like, if the artist knows exactly what you want, that makes their job easier, and it means that you get like an end result that's better for you. Okay, so this big Azov over here. Anyone in the audience who knows this game? Is this a good purchase, this truck? Because it looks really cool. I've been thinking of getting a new truck.
Oh, I have that Azov. It's pretty good. It's really good, actually. I use it for the heavy crane, or the super heavy crane, I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll buy one then. I can always sell it if I don't like it. Okay, we're gonna start right off the bat by putting a beast of an engine in there. That RS1 3D model was a godsend. Yeah, Leuven is amazing. Did you see that he's debuting, like, as a VTuber?
Debuting?
Even got back to me faster when I asked for an additional model with the other outfit. Yeah, I've actually, like, I recently recommended him to a friend who was looking for an affordable model. But I saw that, like, he's on his wait list. Leuven definitely has, like, he's found his niche. Like, creating a low poly 3D model that you can use for VTubing, for VR chat, and for Bomb vs Cyberpunk, and it fits directly into the Bomb vs Cyberpunk aesthetic and everything. Like, he has found an amazing niche there. Not Leuven, your regular 3D model. Isn't your 3D model the Leuven model? Hang on, have I not seen? Do you have a model that I haven't seen yet? It's low poly, but it's not Leuven. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm confused. Let's see, we'll go. Oh, so we have one floaty and we have 3 digging wheels over here. I don't know, should I go for maximum digging into the mud with this truck? The truck is pretty big, but it seems kind of low on its hinges.
I think I put the 2s on it, because usually you're carrying something heavy, and because it's so tall, sinks pretty hard when you're...
The DMHS2, because the DMHS1 seems better at digging into the mud.
Oh, let me look at.
This is the DMHS1, and this is the DMHS2.
Oh, actually, no, yeah, you're right. I used the DMHS1. That's the one I use.
Put those on then. Well, I'm happy that we got so much extra money. I can not only afford this truck, I can pimp it the fuck out as well. Very nice. Let's go with this one. That's it? No, that's not it. Okay, now we're gonna slap a low saddle on here. And we're going to pick up that thing. Yeah, I'll put some extra features on here, why not? Let's see the front bumper. Ooh. Heavy duty pipe. Hinged. Reinforced bar. Axle protecting. Yeah, I'll go with axle protecting. I still don't know if the axle protectors actually do anything. I think they do.
I remember looking up if the customization stuffs do anything, and I totally forgot the answer. I believe when it comes to protecting certain parts of the truck, the ones that cover things do actually function.
Okay.
Or the ones that put up like a bar or something like that do actually function.
Yeah, because this one is specifically called axle protecting, so that makes me think that it will like lower the amount of damage the axle takes if I bump into a rock or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. Nice color palette. Oh, this one too. Fancy. Okay, let's get a nice color palette for this thing, shall we, chat? I kind of like this one. This one is also kind of cool. No, I think I'll go with this one. Like red, white, and black is just such a good color palette. All right, here we go. Yo, this thing is fucking sick, though. Wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Gonna recover it. I want to see if I can slap a crane on here on top of the low saddle, because it seems like it's big enough for that. So I need to like do a crane.
That truck is really good. I've used it for a lot of different things.
Yes, it can support both a saddle and a crane. Yes, amazing. Oh, now I'm gonna see if I can like not paint it blue to make it fit the crane better. Okay, we'll go with this color palette then. Oh, look at that, chat. The newest member of our fleet of trucks. And it's twin steer too. Amazing. Oh, hey there. You finished your delivery?
The first half of it. I'm leaving the trailer here for now while I do the second half.
So again, this seems to have a very quiet engine. I can barely hear it.
Yeah, its engine's pretty sound.
Must be a more modern truck then. Yeah, there we go. Hear that baby purr. Yippee! I got a new truck. I feel like we've entered that stage of this game where we're like, we make money so that we can buy new trucks.
Yeah, and test them out and see if they're any good, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's like half the appeal of this game, isn't it? To like try out all the different trucks and see what they're good at. How they
that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Oh, you're overtaking me. Damn.
I'm trying. Let's see if I can.
Holy shit, I cannot believe that you, like, with that big heavy thing, you can overtake me. With those tires on the tarmac road.
Now I'm gonna cut you off and turn right.
Oh, you're not. I tried to, like, fucking bump into you, but it didn't work. You were too fast. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I'm gonna bump into that thing. No, I'm not. Thank God. Oh, Lord. Oh, no, never mind. It's actually taking... Yeah, this truck is so big that that having digging mud wheels is a good choice for it. Because it will hit the ground below the mud. No problem. No problem. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Yeah, I posted about this on Blue Sky recently, but I want to thank y'all, audience, for getting the video up like past 150 views. Makes me really happy.
Yeah,
the Aladdin video, yeah. Yeah, like I talked about this before, but like one of the things I was a little bit worried about was the video finding an audience. Because it's such a weird little obscure game, you know? So it makes me happy to see that it's still getting views. It gets a few extra views every day. Makes me happy.
It was a good video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like one of the things I saw like was like, because people are constantly like analyzing YouTube and the algorithm and trying to figure out what works and what doesn't, you know. This is also something that I've like talked about numerous times on the stream. So y'all, if y'all don't want to hear the story again, you can feel free to tune out. Like go focus on your own art for a little bit. But like the fact that YouTube is trying to kind of combat low effort, cheap slop by trying to like focus on like I think it was described as like YouTube is trying to prioritize infrequently uploaded long-form content that has a lot of production value into it. So basically kind of like, I like that video, you know, like something that I took a long time for me to make. I don't upload very frequently, but I do spend a lot of time on it. That's the kind of stuff that YouTube really wants to push more. So I hope that, so it makes me, the thing is, it makes me happy to see that that video is like doing much better than I expected for how small my channel is. Because to me that says like, yeah, it's like YouTube also wants those kind of videos to succeed, you know. Like a big part.
I mean, they are getting some competitors in that.
Yeah.
In that aspect of video making, so.
I know that like Nebula is getting more popular. I think that Nebula is like a service that kind of is like used for that stuff, you know, making like the. Making it easier for creators to make
long-form, heavily edited videos.
Yeah. So I can see why they're trying to prioritize those kind of things. Yeah. I've never checked out Nebula. I don't think that Nebula would be a good fit for me right now, but.
I have used Nebula, and it is, in my opinion, like. The quality of the content on Nebula is like, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously the quality of the content's going to be much higher because it's all things are things that people are passionate about, you know, on there. But that's not to say that you won't get high quality stuff on YouTube either. It's just that you have to wade through mountains of shit to find the good stuff.
Yeah. Nebula, there's that problem less because it's a smaller platform.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It is very good though. If you like, especially if you like documentary style content, and there's some other stuff.
I might have to check it out. Yeah, like I've seen, I watch Legal Eagle every now and then, and I know that they've been advertising Nebula a lot.
Yeah. Legal Eagle, I think, is one of the main original creators or founders or whatever of Nebula.
Yeah. Yeah,
Here's some money.
Yeah, I get it. I quite like Legal Eagle. Like, they're a little bit sensationalist sometimes, but what I like about it is that on one hand, like they make it perfectly clear. Like this part is my personal opinion and my personal political stances. But this explanation here is how the law works, you know. Like, I feel like they always do a good job in their videos of like separating like personal opinions and stances on things from like the actual law. which makes sense because like it's a channel run like by actual lawyers.
Yeah. I mean, I've never known them to. I mean, you know, I guess it's pretty obvious to know what they're.
I mean, they've been very clear about it that they're like all like heavily blue leaning, you know, heavily liberal leaning and such.
But even still, they do. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's focused on, it seems to be focused on the law aspect of it, which is what is important, anyways.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like they're blue leaning. I am blue leaning. I'm very liberal in my point of view. But for a channel that actually deals with like legal questions and such, it's a good thing that they always make a clear distinction between those things. Like the main guy is like Devin. He's like the face of the channel, and he's also always very clear about like he'll say like, yeah, these laws are not like when he thinks that laws should not work the way that they do. He's also very clear about it, and he's like, yeah, we should try to change this stuff. But this is how right now how it works in the legal world, you know. Like I just think that's like it's a certain level of professionalism where it's like, okay, look, like you cannot like it, but this is how the law works right now, and if you want to change it, well, we live in a democracy, and you can fight to change this kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like I think the most interesting of like one of the more interesting videos of his that I saw was where they kind of discussed the concept of a state trying to secede from the union. If there was like any kind of, oh my god, I went the wrong way. If there was like any kind of legal, like, because there's been a lot of that about like said and done about like, yeah, no, we can legally leave the United States if we want to, you know. And he kind of went over like the legal side of that, and he explained like there is no legal way for a state to leave the United States. There is no law, no precedent, nothing that will allow you to do it. You can like you can do it illegally, like you can just do it. But that's gonna have like consequences, you know. Like you're gonna be, like he said, like he was kind of explaining, like you're, of course, like if you're like the governor of a state and you try to secede, like you're gonna of course be like guilty of like high treason and everything. So they're probably gonna like try to remove you from office on those grounds, and then it becomes kind of like a matter of like, okay, do you have the actual power to back up your secession? Like you're gonna have to like need like people to protect you from actually being like sued and anything like that, and then it can turn into like a military conflict, etc., etc. You know how it works.
Yeah, and you know, good luck winning a military conflict against the U.S.
Yeah, but like
inside the U.S. anyway.
It's just kind of like, it reminds me of like when Catalonia tried to secede from Spain. Like the Spain has like a bunch of different regions to it, and Catalonia is the one that has Barcelona. It's like one of the more wealthy regions, but they also have kind of their own thing. They have their own flag, they have their own culture there. So at some point I will call him governor because I don't know what his real title is, but he tried to kind of unilaterally secede from the Spanish nation, and they should have said like, this is what you're doing is illegal. You're like guilty of treason against Spain, basically. So they like arrested a bunch of people, and I think that the guy himself fled to another country. And in the end, you know, nothing really happened except like a lot of drama, basically, because he didn't have anything to back up the actual attempt to secede, because that's not how it works.
One single state is never like, if we're looking at like a possibility of realistic possibility of something like that ever happening in the United States, one single state will never be able to do that. It would have to be like a group of states, because then they would have, even if they wouldn't have like military, like every military personnel on their side, you'd at least have enough grounding to, you know, actually have something happen. But I think what's probably more likely than either of those scenarios is a civil war before states trying to secede.
I mean, that's basically the first civil war. Basically, was a bunch of states trying to secede, right, forming their own confederation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more that I find it interesting to see those kind of things because it's an interesting hypothetical, and it kind of like And it kind of touches on like, okay, but what is authority? What is power? What is a state, a nation? What actually is it? Because you don't have like a law of nature that says you are a government now, you know? Like it's all people agreeing on things and organizing things. And that's kind of what this kind of stuff touches on. Like when there is no legal way to do this kind of thing, then how do you do it? And then it kind of comes down to like, it's like I recently rewatched the Aladdin movie because I wanted to watch the Dutch version of the Aladdin movie after playing the game in Dutch. And there's like a sentence in it, I think, that because Aladdin, he wants to like marry Jasmine, but he's like a street rat. So he has no money, no power, no authority, and the law says that Jasmine can only marry with a prince. So he basically like is like, well, yeah, I can never marry her because I'm not a prince. And then someone tells him, but don't you know the saying that he who has the gold has like has the law or something? So basically telling him like, if you're rich, it doesn't matter if you're like a real prince or not. You can like you'll be rich. And that's kind of like the thing that like, what is authority and power and such actually derived from? Well, it's how people think of you and how people look at you. And if you have like the money and the influence and such, well, like you don't need the law on your side.
True. In fact, the more money you have, the less the law cares about what you do.
Exactly. Yuri DK Sylvia, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Do you enjoy our philosophical debate about the true nature of power and authority?
Probably not.
Probably not, no. Nah, see, like
hey,
I'm
can
not...
you accept the contract under Pineline Bay, the backlog contract?
I think you mispronounce. Isn't it Yuri DK? Oh no, that's a Dutch pronunciation. It's Yuri. Is it Yuri DK in English?
I would say, if I were to guess how to say it, it would be Eurydice.
Eurydice, okay. Yeah, sorry, like the Dutch pronunciation is Eurydice. Or Eurydice. I don't know, it's one of those old... It's one, look, I know she was Orpheus's muse. I know that. Eurydice? Okay, sorry. English is not my first language, so sometimes I pronounce things weird. Sorry, what was the contract you want me to accept, Chris?
It's under Pineline Bay. I think it's called Backlog.
Okay, I can do that. Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome in. Train mode, here we go.
Where am I? Okay. This road is crazy. You know the funny thing though, sorry, I'm gonna, here's my, this is the last time I'll...
No, I feel like I want to avoid topics that make people depressed, but I feel like that's kind of why I'm trying to keep this in like a more higher, metaphorical level, you know? Like the nature of power in general, not specific what's going on right now.
And this isn't like really a depressing thing, but it's just kind of like a funny insight about stuff, but like, you know, with like Republicans and Democrats in America, you know, originally... Like right now, Republicans are the right-leaning conservative, and Democrats are the left-leaning, you know, liberal. But originally, it was the other way around.
Yeah, I do remember
Democrats
hearing
were
that. That it used to be the other way around.
Yeah, so it's funny how like politics like flip around like that.
So you deliver both the trailer and the large pipe right there, huh? This is actually not that hard of a mission. The difficult part is getting the pipe back on the flatbed. But yeah, like, politics are, like, especially here in the Netherlands, politics are, because we have way more parties, so politics get very convoluted and sometimes interesting, sometimes funny and such, you know. Like, I think that we're getting yet another, like we had our two biggest left-wing parties, like, basically joined up. And they've been doing much better ever since they joined forces because their voting bases are no longer split now. They still still not enough to actually win elections, but you know, like they got a bunch of seats in the thing now, and they're like starting under a new name now. Like, it used to be called Partij van de Arbeid, which means like Workers' Party, and the other one was called GroenLinks, which means green left. So like we're leftists and we're green. And they've joined together. They're now gonna like rebrand their party as like I think like just progressief, so progressive. It's gonna be like the name of the party. And I'll be very interested to see how they're gonna perform because left-wing parties do not do well historically in the Netherlands, which might come as a surprise. But the Netherlands is actually a surprisingly conservative country.
I think that probably makes sense, actually.
Can I keep
to me, anyway.
Can I keep the truck? Can I keep the bat? Oh, this is just my trailer now, I guess. But yeah, so now we're getting like yet another right-wing party as well. Like there's this politician. What was her name again? Rita Verdonk. She's tried this a few times. Like start right-wing parties. She had one that was called like Trots op Nederland, which translates to Proud of the Netherlands, and that one completely failed. Now she's trying yet another one called DNA, which is called like the Nederlandse Alliantie or something weird. And it's like, it's really like Rita, this is like the third time you've tried this, Rita. I just don't think you have the appeal that people are looking for in this kind of party, you know. But hey. If at once you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
We have so many political parties here, man. Like, look, I think that a bipartisan system is like it's like the problem is that you can really only ever have two options to vote for. But believe me, as someone who lives in a country with like 20 parties or something, that's not really better either.
Well, the problem with, I mean, I'll just give you my perspective. The problem with two parties is that you are either, if you're not with us, then you're against us. That's how it is. Even if you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's like,
I get.
Even if
you're
like, I don't identify as this or that. Well, it doesn't matter. To both parties, they consider you the other side.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the issue. Like here, I guess that when you have multiple parties, it's easier to like be like a centrist or something, you know. But like
a poo-farty system, yeah.
Like I know that like the extreme left is like pointing everyone, and the right is like the right, and extreme right is painting everyone left of them as like the left. But
yep,
I feel like
that's how they view it.
Yeah, like that's true here too. But like, I guess you are kind of true in that I feel like a lot of like regular Dutch citizens don't quite see it that way. Like a lot of them are much more centristic, you know, much more in the center, and they're kind of like hopping from like more center party to other center parties. People here are pretty desperate to find like a good party to vote for to solve. Like people just want a problem solved, and they just don't get solved. It's kind of the issue. But yeah, I'm gonna poof party system. Look, I don't want to like go too deep into Dutch politics and politics in general because now we're doing what I was saying I wasn't gonna do. So I just like conclude with saying like
we're just
to me Dutch politics are like a big circus. Like I don't really like any of them. Even the party I vote for I don't particularly like, because I vote for our animal party because they're the most left-leaning of all the parties. But then like I hear like their commercials, you know. Sorry?
You don't like the circus?
No, I don't. I like the circus when the clown is funny, but we don't even have funny clowns, man. So I vote for the animal party because they're the most left-leaning, and as someone who's very progressive and left-leaning, like that's kind of like a way for me to like do a protest vote, you know. And they actually get some seats in the thing as well. But it's like, to me, it's like I vote. To me, I kind of consider them to be like the sound of like, hey, I want things to be even more progressive. But then I hear their radio commercials, and they're like, please think of like the cows and the animals and such in the upcoming elections. And it's like, we're in the middle of another financial crisis. People can barely afford their rent and their groceries and such. So it's like, I get it, but maybe now is not the time. You know?
Now.
But then again, what do I
call...
expect from voting for an animal party? You know.
Yeah.
So maybe it's probably also my fault for voting for the animal party. Speaking of animal, hi V Doctor, welcome in. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna vote in the upcoming elections because we're still a few years away right now. I'll see, but when we get there. Okay, enough about politics. Eurydice, very big fan of the myth of Orpheus and Eurydice, especially of the way that they interpret it in Hades. Where Orpheus is like, oh Eurydice, and Eurydice is like, yeah, that fucking asshole. He looked around, that idiot.
Have you played Hades?
I have played Hades enough to have met Eurydice, and the contrast between her and Orpheus is so funny. Where he's still pining for her, and she's just completely over him. She's like, oh yeah, that bitch ass motherfucker. I'm over him. And she's just living her best life while he's stuck in like sorrow. How are you doing today, Vidal? I got so distracted that I forgot what I was doing, Chris. It's happened again. I have VTuber brain again. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna do the mission with the nuclear containers. Toxic waste. I'm gonna do this one, because we're right here. I suppose I could use this truck? It has fuel. And has a crane. I did bring the Azov out here, but... Oh, I brought the... Oh, yeah, I have 3 trucks here that can do this mission now for some reason. That's what happens when I don't pay a good proper attention. It's okay, I'll bring the crane in and I'll just put them on the FAM. The FAM is probably the best way to transport these. It's not even intentional, I just happen to have 3 trucks here now that can do this mission.
You just happen to have 3 trucks that can do the same mission in the same place.
Well, because like I had to like transport stuff here like 3 times, so I just brought like big trucks. You slept in super late today? Oh god, same. But I barely slept last night, Vito. Did you have the same problem?
Man, it must be nice. I get waken up by Rico on Saturday. He's like, hey, I'm about to stream, and I'm like, I'm getting dressed.
There's the Azov. Oh yeah, now I need to be more specific. There's the low Azov, and up there's the high Azov. And the funny thing is, the low Azov has a high saddle, and the high Azov has a low saddle. It's so funny. What did you think of the new Alliance raid? Oh, it was great. I really liked the Alliance raid storyline. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Chris?
So, I guess long logs, I have to use the log carrier with a trailer in tandem. Right?
Yeah, I will say that the Pacific is very good for those, the P16.
Wow.
It has like its own little... Oh god, I dropped the nuclear waste. Because it has like its own dedicated trailer, like a trailer specific for the Pacific, Pacific trailer for the specific P16.
Well, I think I'm using the Arctic Azov because that's just what I had.
That's all. That also works. But yeah, you're almost guaranteed to need like a trailer that's like both a module on the main truck and a special trailer that can form the rear.
Oh, it's called the log carrier rear. That's what I have to.
Yeah.
So now I have the front and the rear. Okay.
But yeah, I really like the new Alliance raids. Initially I was a little bit, because they were like FF11 stuff, so I was kind of like, well, you're probably gonna have to play the FF11 to get everything out of this. But I feel like the storyline did a pretty good job of like doing it in a way where it felt like a bit more like just an excuse to have FF11 stuff, you know? Like it was definitely an excuse to have FF11 stuff, but they took it to some interesting angles that actually kind of fit thematically within what Dawntrail was trying to do.
See, I like the raid tiers that. Well, I mean, it's fine. Like when it comes to the ones that are not, what's it called, native to 14, then I do think that's the way to go. but I think I probably prefer the raid tiers that are just like FF14 original.
Once it actually like
Just the story though, like the actual raids themselves, I think the Evilise and Nier raids are probably my actual favorite in terms of mechanical raids.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like the crossover raids always have that kind of issue where it's like, well, yeah, you do need to know the source material to get the most out of this. And but I feel like, especially with these raids, I feel like it was a bit of a shame because like it's like fucking finding like Ultima Weapon and like Shinryu and Tsukuyomi and all these things and having completely lacking any context for why this is important. But the fights themselves were very spectacular and such. I especially like I will not spoil it, but there was one of the bosses in the third raid, the final raid. You can spoil it. Well, so the FF11 incarnation of Alexander shows up. And that was a really cool little thing to fight like another version of Alexander.
That is cool. Yeah.
And also the final boss of the final raid tier was like a spectacle, like absolutely a beautiful, gorgeous spectacle of a fight, absolutely amazing. But the story was actually like, because the story was not directly tied to FF11 and was like completely within FF14, I could actually follow the story in those raids. That was kind of the problem that I had with like, yeah, with Evilise and especially with Nier, where it's just like, what the fuck is the story? We don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I'm just here to watch like the cool things happen. And this raid does not feel like that. I actually cared about the story and the characters in it, even the characters that were not from FF11, FF14. So they did a great job with that. Did you, Chris? Have you seen? You saw the announcement for the next Alliance raid, right? In Evercold.
Yeah, Evangelion. But,
yeah.
Like, to me, that is like means nothing because I've never seen it, so.
Me neither. They're gonna do so. Chat. This is spoilers for Evercold. The next Alliance raid is
gonna be a fantastic train wreck, is what I imagine.
Yeah, just like the Nier raid. But see that. So from Evangelion, I'm expecting nothing. I'm expecting like cool fights against robots. I'm expecting a lot of stuff that I don't understand at all because I have not seen Evangelion. Even if I did watch Evangelion, maybe it's a good time to watch Evangelion. Welcome back, Mono. But most of all, what I expect out of it is cool glamours, because the main thing that we got out of the Nier raids was cool fights, cool raids, and cool glamours.
2B panties.
Yeah, we got 2B panties out of them. That's the main thing that I expect out of the Evangelion raids. We're gonna get those block suits, which is cool. I just don't hope it, like I was joking earlier, but like I wonder if we're gonna get like a cutscene in a hotel, sorry, in a cutscene in a hospital, where we realize how fucked up we are. That would be. They will never do that, but it would be very funny.
I just want 10 different people to tell me congratulations in a row.
If they replicate that scene, that would be amazing. That's the kind of shit I want out of an Evangelion raid. Just stupid, dumb shit like that. But yeah, like it's people said, it's really a Shadowbringers 2, It's gonna be like all of the shit is gonna be concentrated in the Alliance raid, and in return everything else will be amazing.
It's funny that people call like, oh, Dawn Trail was Stormblood 2, so and Evercold is Shadowbringers 2, and then I'm like, wait a minute, that means Endwalker was Heavensward
2, yeah,
2.
Kind of makes sense when you think about it, because Heavensward had some really good stellar parts and some like lesser parts.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, so that means that we're up for the one after Evercold is going to be Heavensward 3.
Yeah, Heavensward 3. Yeah. Or a Realm Reborn 2.
Well, if there's going to be a Realm Reborn 2, it would be Evercold. Again, but it might also be that one.
It can't be that one because we've already decided it's Shadowbringers 2.
Yeah. I was on another stream. You really don't need to tell me that. Like like going like, oh yes, I'm sorry, streamer, but I was on more entertaining stream is like one of the.
I don't know how you do it, Rico. I don't know how you do it.
I literally had someone like, yeah, oh yeah, the stream I actually want to watch is starting up. I'm leaving. I was like, well,
dude,
thank you.
It's not even, maybe not every time, but there's many times when I'm hanging out in your stream, and I'm just like, if I had a gun.
Hi, Nicholas Brookstrom.
Which is probably a good thing that you don't give me a gun.
You know, I am gonna start recruiting more. I need to start recruiting more moderators because the chats are becoming more active. But like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not that quickly. Like, I don't feel that quickly insulted by that kind of stuff, you know?
Nah, you. I mean, I get it. I get it. And also, when it comes to moderators, like you, honestly, you don't like you. Just be the moderator until your chat starts scrolling too fast for you to be able to read everything. You really don't need a moderator.
Yeah, see, the thing about how I feel about it is that if someone actually like pushes things too far, I'll try to clearly communicate it to them, be like, hey, cut it out. Up to that point, it's all just fun and giggles, you know. God, this fucking I'm fucking transporting nuclear waste here through like these shitty little forest paths and such. I'm with Cracksmith and I know how you do it sometimes because it's funny. Because it's funny.
You have the ability to just like, you know, withstand, or how would I put it? Like, you just have the ability to like not take it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, I would have that too, to a degree, but also I just don't have a tolerance level that is like that high.
Mm.
I'm just like, I just don't want to deal with it. Just
yeah, it's like when you stream for a while, look, you see like you get like a lot of different people and a lot of the same things over and over again, so you kind of start to become desensitized to it. Like when I just started out streaming, I got very flustered when I got like someone was being an asshole to me in chat. Now I'm just kind of like, yeah, yeah.
no.
Please tell me
I get
more.
it.
No, please tell me more. Ignore the giant hammer-shaped shadow over your head and please tell me more. Keep talking. And also, like, I've realized that most audience members, you know, like, even if their messages might come off a little bit abrasive or so, most people are not here with, like, malicious intents, you know. They're also just trying to joke around. They're just kind of bad at it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Every now and then I get, like, a first message that's so, like, above and beyond everything, that I'm just like, no, I don't want to deal with this. But that happens very rarely. Am I going the right way? Where the fuck is this? I went all the way over here. Hang on. Okay, it is over there. I don't understand why it's trying to send me back to the reactive zone, but I need to go to the railway. Man, if they have to do this every time they have nuclear waste, they better improve the roads in this area. Okay, we can take a shortcut through the forest. Or we go all the long way. I think I'm gonna drive the long way. Might have to refuel at some point though. This fucking bridge is still not fixed. Hi Ash Scolaro, welcome in. Malevolent
I need to refuel.
Malevolent is better than malicious, it sounds better, yeah, it's true. I did have to time out your Chi-Chi one time though, because he got very aggressive and annoying. Like calling me like shit several times and everything. He got very annoying.
I don't remember who it was, but it was like several streams ago. There was just someone that was like being super obnoxious, and you were just like, you know, rolling with it, and I'm like, dude, I don't know, I'm so done with that guy.
No, it was like, I think it was a Deadlock stream where like that Chihiro fan person came in and they started like talking about, well, first of all they started talking about sexual stuff, which is like, a little bit of that is okay, but if it gets too much, I'll like ask people to cut it out. And then they started calling me shit because I kept like dying in the game, and at that point I was just, I hit my limit, and I was like, okay, you go take a break, you come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was who it was.
Like, they pushed it too far. Remember, chat, the reason why rule 1 is don't be a dick is for that reason.
See, I miss the days of Xbox Live where I used to get email messages on my Xbox about how bad I was and how they could beat me up in real life and stuff like that. That's what I miss.
You're fucking dead, kids. That kind of stuff. I've trained under the Navy SEALs and everything. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you're a 12-year-old. I don't think I've ever had anything like that, but I didn't play Xbox Live, so I think I've only had one on-stream crash out. I did have, like, I crashed out during a fraud in Ultra Kill. But that was more of like I'm exhausted. I've been at this for hours and I'm just not getting past this part. So we're gonna pick this up again later. Actual full-blown crash out, it's more often, it's usually less because of like I get like frustrated or something, and it's more because I'm exhausted that I just decide like, hey, I'm gonna wrap up stream. I don't have the energy to keep going. I just looked over and I saw my cup of coffee here, and it's like 2 hours old at this point. Fuck. But you know, streaming is a real-time, real-life kind of thing, so things go wrong in real life, you know, real time. Sometimes you just, during the stream, you're just like, no, I just don't I cannot do this right now. And then you just wrap it up early. It just happens sometimes. It happened more back in the day when I was like combining streaming with like when I had a job, okay? When I had a job, it happened more frequently that I just got so exhausted during the stream that I had to wrap it up early. It's easier to stream when you're unemployed.
Is it really a crash out if you're exhausted though? I feel like that's just like a...
Yeah, you're right. That's not, crash out is not the right word for that. It was primarily a specific person in chat initially being like jokingly mean and poking fun, but then it became all they did and would comment on everything. So I was like, no, yeah, see, that's the thing. If someone, so I've had instances, you have people who like to start off a little bit and you joke with them and then you just start pushing it further and further, and that's the point where I like ask them to cut it out, or I just give them like a 24-hour timeout. I just ask them to come back tomorrow and if they can behave, you know. And sometimes you never see them again, and sometimes they realize that they went too far and they become much nicer people.
I mean, it's also a kind of thing where it's like, if you don't know a person personally, you don't know, it's like boundaries that you can step across. That's another thing. It's like if you join like a streamer's chat and you start acting too familiar with them, that includes like bullying the streamer, you know. Like, you be careful with that kind of stuff because it can be a bit parasocial. Because I take way more abuse from my friends than I take from a stranger. And also,
like
you know,
yeah,
just like, on different days, people are going to feel differently in general as well.
Too, yeah. Like, to give you a more an example, it's like, for example, Meep and Sarah, they can bully me all they want because they're my friends and everything. And I owe both of them a lot. But like if someone were to like give me the do that kind of stuff that I don't know, I would be much faster inclined to be like, hey, cut that out. Don't be mean. Sometimes
it is very hard to resist bullying you, I will admit.
I know, I'm
a
very
if you ever are like, get out of here, Chris, I 100% deserve it. You can kick me out anytime I do anything. I will not be offended by what I did.
Nah, again, I strongly believe in clear communication. So if someone goes too far, I'll just like tell them.
Yeah.
Like, I've had moments where like I told Sarah like, hey, what you are doing there goes a bit too far. It's getting like reeled in a little bit. And she's like that's why she's my friend, because she understands it when I say those kind of things, and then she cuts it out, you know. And because of that, she also knows that as long as I don't draw the line, that she has not gone over that line yet, you know. Again, that's why communication is so important, especially if you're streaming. Also, hi Skunky, welcome in. Sorry, we were just talking about like how streamer and chat interaction and that kind of stuff, you know.
Talking about bullying the streamer.
Like, at the end of the day, it's all good, you know, it's all for good fun, you know. We're all here to have a good time. I'm here to entertain you all. Basically. I'm here to have a good time myself, and I'm here to entertain you all. Setting boundaries can be scary, but it's one of the main ways you're really going to build a community. That too, yeah. Setting boundaries is very important for that reason. That's why if someone does do something that's very parasocial, I call them out on it. Like I've had a few times now that people hit on me in the chat, and like a little bit of hitting on people, you know, just for fun is fine. But if someone gets actually creepy about it, I'll just straight up tell them like, hey, what you're doing there is kind of parasocial. Cut it out. And they usually understand. Like, a lot of people just don't fully realize it, that they're like... That's why, again, my communication is so important, because a lot of people, they don't realize that they're like... That they overstepping your boundaries, because you never defined them to them. So you need to tell them, like, hey, you're crossing my line.
Damn, Rico just shutting down everybody out here.
I'm out of fuel. Almost. I'm gonna have to send in a fuel truck. You took another edible? Oh, God. I'm gonna preemptively time you out, Mono, because last time got really bad. Here, you can come back in like an hour or so when when the edible is over, okay? I'm sorry, Mono, but you got really obnoxious last night when you were on an edible, so I'm not dealing with that again. You should really know better. Setting boundaries can be... sorry, I have a built-in defense to that. People see my model and then hear my voice and then they leave. Like, oh god, it's another one of... Yeah, see, that kind of stuff, I don't know, like, Rio, I think you have a very pleasant voice to listen to. You have a good streamer voice. So I think people who leave when they hear your voice are full of shit. Hang on. I could bring a Tetra. But I kind of want to bring like an actual fuel truck. Oh, I have you. Ah, yeah, the White Western Star with the... It doesn't have a lot of fuel capacity though. So I'm probably going to swap out the maintenance frame with something else. How much fuel does the maintenance frame have? Oh, no, never mind it. That's 1400. That's a lot. I think I'm going to change the color palette to something that fits the service frame better though. Or maybe not. Okay, hang on, let's see what we can do. I really wish that they improved the color picking interface in this game. It's so annoying. It's very easy to accidentally delete your progress with it.
Yep. Man, how am I gonna back up into this? This sucks. I should have came the other way.
So yeah, a common thing that I see with like especially male VTubers is that they, because most of the big well-known VTubers are female, that they feel like they don't have like a chance or something, you know, that like the reason why they're failing is because they're male VTubers, and that's not true at all.
I know a very popular male VTuber.
Yeah, exactly, that's the thing, that's not true at all.
Yeah.
So don't let that hold you back from becoming a VTuber, you know?
Yeah.
Because VTubing is something like, there's many reasons to become a VTuber. If you do it to become popular, you have to be aware that it takes a lot of time, a lot of work, especially a lot of effort to like become popular.
You need a lot of things.
You need a lot of things, yeah. There's so many little things that go into it. Like if you want to like get technical, there is like optimal times to post to social media and to post on YouTube, you know. To like help give you the best chances in the algorithm. That's the kind of stuff, if you want to care about that kind of stuff, you can care very deeply about that kind of stuff and try to keep that in mind. And it will drive you absolutely insane if you like focus on that stuff a lot. But it is important to focus on it if you like actually want to like make something out of it, you know?
You kind of have to consider like being like, you know, even though it's like internet famous or whatever, being a streamer or being a YouTuber or whatever you want to call it, it's the modern version of like the people wanting to be an actor or whatever. Like it basically is that anyway. But you know, like there was definitely like this fantasy for a long time of people going, at least in America, you go to LA and try to become an actor or a musician or whatever.
Sorry, I just realized I can use the mouse to pick a color. Are you serious? Damn. This whole time I could use my mouse to do this? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. I'm crashing out. I fucking deleted all my progress. I'm crashing out. I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. This fucking piece of shit game.
There you go, chat. Once again, just leaving me to do all the work all by myself. Didn't even say hi to Bloodia. I'll say hi. Don't have time to mess around, and I hope you will agree. Bring me those contracts pronto. Don't you mess with me. Don't mess with King Dice. Yeah. Ruins his paint job. It's over. Can't take it. Needs coffee. Did I just go to the wrong spot? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Drove all the way over here for nothing. Coffee. Yeah, what is he really doing? He could be shooting up in there, we don't know. We might have to have an intervention with him. Rico, you've been having too much coffee lately. Quotation marks coffee, I mean. Rico, we noticed you have to go to the dentist very often. Is there something you want to tell us? You keep having these teeth whitening appointments. We're really concerned about you. His eye actually does twitch a lot, doesn't it? Like, I swear sometimes he I don't know if he does it with his model or not, but I feel like he does the eye twitch all the time. But so now at this point, I don't know if that's just his natural... That's the withdrawal, yeah. Maybe he just has a naturally twitchy eye. Oh man, I know this road sucks, but that's the way we're going. That's why he streams on Twitch. That's why we can't see his feet. Because if we could see his feet, he'd stream on Kick. It all makes sense now. I can't think of any other still active streaming platforms besides that. Damn, Rico, how long does it take you to make coffee? Nice stream streak. I think Rico ruined my stream streak by like cutting the stream and then restarting it one day. So now I don't even know what my stream streak is at anymore. But it was at like 20 something. Oh, you're back. Welcome back. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong damn way. God damn it.
Oh my god, the app break is starting right when I return. Oh no, the app break is over right when I return. I did not actually time that. That was an accident. What anime am I? This is my own character. This is just anime. You lost your streak? Oh, don't worry about it. I don't really like the whole Twitch stream streak system. That's why I have my own ticket stamp system.
I know, but we like the streaks because we get points.
Really?
And we get, and we love coveting our hoard of points.
I did not know that you actually get points for that. I think that the last thing that y'all need is more points, though.
No, we need more points. There isn't enough metal pipes.
You all already have too many points, man. My skull cannot take it. Let's see, 42 and 75 saturation. This looks good. Looks good. I think. How do I save this? There we go. Okay, it's saved. Ah, I did it somehow. Yeah, this kind of looks like it fits, right? Yeah. Okay. I got a new service truck. You get like 450 for every stream you maintain a streak. Yeah, I do need to give you all more things to spend those points on.
We were talking about how we had a big streak, but I think you reset your stream one day in the middle of the stream and it broke our streak.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't like the streak system, because like it discourages you from streaming outside of your usual hours, you know, and it discourages you from doing smaller surprise streams, and most of all, it discourages you from having technical issues, which I cannot prevent the technical issues. I try, but I can't.
Yeah, I know. It's alright. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing I can do about that.
Really, if the streak system would just be more lenient, like if you are there for one day, like it counts for 24 hours.
It's a little lenient that you can save your streak if you like catch the next stream, but like if you already missed one and there's a technical issue or something, then it becomes a nightmare. The whole thing becomes a giant nightmare. But yeah, like that's the advantage of the ticket stamp system, chat. You can stamp your ticket once per stream, and there's no streaks or anything. That doesn't. Automaton doesn't give a shit about your streak. He'll just stamp your ticket for you.
But that costs me 1 point, and I want to get 450
points. Why are there
points,
chains on this truck? That's not
pay
correct.
1.
Hang on. It does cost you 1 point. Oh my god, no! I'm so sorry that you have to spend a point to get your ticket stamped. Oh no! Whatever will you do now? I'll go with these tires. These look good. I've been thinking of new things to spend points on, but it's I don't know what to introduce for that.
I mean, you're good.
Look, I do want to do like I want to like stop using the generic gear background. You know, I want to do some more actual backgrounds and cool stuff, and I want to like redo most of the stream assets and everything, and that will also probably involve redoing the channel rewards, but I need to come up with some cool concepts for it. I have some ideas, but they're difficult to implement. Also, I just realized since we're playing Snowrunner, I can make the VTuber a lot bigger. Hi. Oh, that's very big. That's a bit too big. No, that's too much. That's too much me. Hang on. How do you like that, chat? That big enough for you? Oh god, I hate it when a sign gets stuck on the car because the physics are about to freak out and break the engine. The physics in this game are so fucked sometimes. Oh, okay, they just fell off. It didn't actually break anything, thank god.
Now you're covering your gearbox.
I'm always covering my gearbox in this game is the thing. Like, I can put the model out of the way, but do y'all really want to see the gearbox? I can do it if people want to see what gear I'm in, but I have a little spoiler for you. It's an automatic. And sometimes it's in low. And AWD is usually on. Okay, hang on. I will this might be a little bit too much. I'll do like this.
Yeah, but now we can't like be like, Rico, you idiot, you're driving with the handbrake on or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just teasing you.
Yeah, but like I've been thinking about it. Like, this is kind of always the nightmare. I can put it over here, and it covers up more of the screen. But I think that in this game that's less of a problem because like it's no, like, already covering up the upper left corner with your perspective. That's fine because there's nothing in the upper left corner. You know. Like, it's especially positioning element on the screen is a nightmare, especially in Deadlock, because in the VTuber corner over here is the map. And I used to just cover up the map, but I kinda realized how annoyed I was to not be able to see the map when I'm watching other people play Deadlock, so now I put my VTuber in another position.
Just flip yourself 90 degrees sideways and stick out at the side of the stream.
I know that some people do that, but I don't really like that. Make yourself transparent. Just don't be a VTuber. I've been thinking of starting to use like a frame, you know, like a lot of people do that, have like a frame around the game. That's like solves your problems, but the downside of that is that it makes the actual game window smaller. Then you have the vertical streams where the game window is smaller, and that's fine there as well.
Just play 4x3 games only. That way you don't have to, then you just get the extra space for free.
I mean, we're gonna play a 4x3 game tonight. We're gonna play Mega Man X.
Yeah.
It is true though that the 4x3 games make it a lot easier and all. Like, the 4x3 games are easier both in the horizontal and in the vertical stream. Because in the vertical stream, the screen window will be bigger if it's 4x3, and in the horizontal stream I have a whole lot of dead space that I can put other stuff in. But I'm gonna have to fuck up my multi-POV stuff again for that. By the way, this month is probably, oh, I'm going the wrong way. This month is probably gonna be the penultimate installment of Nemo's Mega Man X Marathon, because next month will be 1 year anniversary of them. Of the marathons.
Oh, nice.
So next month is probably going to be the last one. And after that, we don't know yet what we do. Man, yeah. My vote goes to. Oh my god! Speaking of which, my messages are popping off right now.
These are so far away. What? I made a mistake doing this one, man.
Oh, I'm right. I spawn in right behind you.
Oh, let me get out of the way.
No, I can drive around you. More importantly, I now have a maintenance frame in this maps. So I can, like, repair and refuel trucks that need it.
You might have to refuel me. Not right now. I'm pretty much full.
Don't worry. I have 1,400 liters of gas in this thing. If this thing lights up, the whole bayou will see it. Well, I'm gonna have to go left. So if you want fuel, I will have to do it now.
Sure, you can give me a little bit if you can reach me.
I cannot. I need to, like, drive up a little bit. Well, this is the White Western Star, so I can do it.
I'm afraid to back up in this thing.
It's fine. There, that should do the trick. Refuel you, the ass off. Yeah, here we go. Alright, here you go.
Alright. Good luck.
Thank you. You too. Good luck. I think I'll be fine. I'm more worried about you. Like this truck is low, but it has a very wide base, so it gets a lot of grip, and it can like handle corners like this. This truck would probably be good in the Russian hills, but how wide the base is.
I've never had to deliver long logs, so we'll see how it goes.
Here it's probably pretty doable. In the Russian hills, however, it's impossible. But it's pretty fun because they like the way that the long logs behave, because like the front of them rests on the truck itself, so you can actually take surprisingly tight corners with them. Hi Flashfire, welcome in. How are we doing today? But yeah, so one of the things I've been considering is to start using like a frame around the game window and make the actual game window a bit smaller. The biggest issue with that is for recordings. Like if I start doing that, then I would probably have to like actually start like recording only gameplay locally, which has its benefits as well. But then if I want to like cut to like the VTuber reaction, I'm gonna have to like download the video from YouTube or something, which is possible and doable, but. You're just waking up? Wakey wakey, sleepyhead. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Chris?
Oh, just I mean, if you do an overlay, you can, obviously you can put your VTuber model in the space, and you can, if with the extra space, you can do like chat in that space or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, that's the advantage of doing that. Like every option has its advantages and its disadvantages. Another big advantage of an overlay is branding, because in the vertical streams I usually have the logo at the top of the stream.
Well, if you were selling merchandise, then yeah, I would say that might be a thing.
Yeah. Buy my plushie now. Man, I would love a plushie of Rico though. Just for myself, nobody else.
I think you could make that happen if you really wanted to.
I know, like friend of the stream, Kuro. She is like a seamstress. She makes plushies for people on commission. So if I wanted one, I could commission her. I've been thinking of it, honestly. I think it would be fun. It would have to be a marketable plushie, you know. Like, you know how like a lot of those, you have like those plushies, like the same kind of format and model that a lot of like, I think there's one for Dr. Kel, there's one for the characters from Psycho Pomp. Like every indie game has one of those plushies, and every big streamer as well.
I think Rico Tez,
something. What?
Or sorry, a Rico Rivet Moore plushie is pretty marketable, to be honest.
Yeah. You can like, it comes with a metal pipe, so you can hit him over the head with it.
Yeah, he has a metal pipe. Yeah, there you go. I already used all the gas you gave me.
I mean, that's a good thing. That's what it's there for, brother. Gas is there to be used. Pump that shit into the atmosphere, brother. I think I'm about to approach my truck. Yeah, Rio, that's the main thing. It's very claustrophobic, the frame. And like the thing is, I'm trying to like adjust the VTuber more to like what's on screen. So especially for a game like this, it would be like it's like a good game to have the model be a bit bigger. You know?
Yeah.
Like Meep is really good at that. Like when she plays like a game, like she played that incremental game with scratch cards recently, or like that game where you play as like the king and your chat has to like fight. You're basically fighting your own chat for control of the kingdom. Like she put herself on the screen very big because that's the kind of game that allows that like you can do that much better, you know. And I'm trying to be more aware of that kind of thing.
I mean, you know, it's a difficult thing, I think, to balance. Personally, I think the size of in placement for your current
V2
model, yeah, I think it's fine how it is.
Yeah,
but it does depend on the game, you know.
It's pretty good as it is, especially now that it's a bit more to the side, so you can actually see the gears and the AWD and such. But like, again, this is like the stuff that's not important directly for the stream itself or for doing, but more for like the stuff around it, like especially for like preview and thumbnailing stuff. It's important for like a VTuber to be clearly visible when people are like looking for a stream to watch or something. But then they also kind of get that area where I'm like, how much do I actually care about that stuff, you know? It's kind of, it's a little bit important, it's something that you can think about, but it's not like super important. It's a matter of like your personal taste too, yeah.
As long as you are satisfied with it, I don't think it...
yeah.
Just don't overthink it is all.
Yeah, that's true. You can go crazy with this. I like, especially with like mouse PI, I am having big difficulties finding a good place to put my VTuber model. Because like I cannot cover up the weapon, because the weapons have cool funny animations. I cannot cover up, like if I put it in the center of the screen, then it's gonna cover up the text. It's a nightmare to find a good spot.
I think, and maybe this is an unpopular opinion,
yeah,
I think for some games there's just not a good spot, and it's better to just turn it off.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Or like to turn it off, or to like, maybe I might get a frame just for specific kind of games, you know? Like a mouse PI, a frame would be very good, so the whole game window is visible.
Or if you really still want to have something, you could just switch to like your Fugi or something like that, you know?
That too, that's also an option.
And that way you're still got a little, like you can just put your Fugi in like a little corner or something like that that doesn't...
Yeah, and there's also the fact that, like, for example, the Leuven low poly model has, like, I often call it the Muppet effect, where because it's a simpler model, like, smaller things, like, go further. You know, like, the bigger and more detailed the model is, the more work you need to do to puppeteer it. But if a model is, like, smaller and has, like, less defined features, then you can get away with doing less. So in that kind of case, like, I think that maybe for if I have to make the model smaller to fit into the overall picture, then maybe, like, relying more on like a lower poly model might also work better. And tonight, because we're going to be playing Mega Man, I'm probably going to be using the pixel model again, because the pixel model fits Mega Man X. Upside down, hanging off the top of the screen. Yeah, see, you could do that. That would make
that's what I said.
I would get a headache if I had to spend the entire stream upside down, you know.
I said spin sideways and stick off the side of the screen between your Quest and Gearbox.
That's also possible. But so what I do for Deadlock now, because Deadlock really only has one useful spot at the bottom of the screen, and it's like below the health bar between the item overview and the skill buttons. That's the only spot on the lower half of the screen that's really empty. So that's where I put my model now. I used to put the Fugis there, but I put the model there now. And I put the Fugis in the upper right corner, covering up the... I put them in the upper right corner because the Fugis can go there as well. You have a bit more freedom with the Fugis at least. But that way people can see the map, because in Deadlock the map is a very useful tool to quickly get an overview of what's going on in the match. Man, why am I crossing over here? Why didn't I take the bridge? What am I doing? I'm stupid.
I don't know. Why are there two logging camps that are equally annoying to get to? And also equally distant from each other?
The illusion of choice, Chris.
Yeah.
I think I hear thunder outside. Well, if your boy disappears, chat, you know why. I got thunderstruck. By the way, once again, I want to remind you all, this is nuclear waste that I'm transporting here. So every time I take a risk, I'm risking like this, like life in this environment for the next 1,000 years.
Well, the waste is in its container, so...
Yeah, and I already
Unless you broke the container.
I already dropped one of the containers earlier when I was trying to put it on top of the truck. Hey there, the Tipsy Frog. If you had read the rules, you would have seen that they said no promotion.
The sign can't stop me because I can't read.
The actual game is in top left, we can't actually see it. That's Chris's perspective. Like the actual game is below that, that's me. Oh yeah, I guess up there in the top left you can barely see it because of how YouTube frames it. Yeah, but like I'm out of space, man, in the vertical scene. I guess I could put it next to me.
I mean, for the vertical stream, it might not even be worth showing me.
Yeah, but so now I have you kind of like jammed into the upper left corner, your perspective, which is not super important. Like I guess for people, I think that there is a way to see the full thing even on YouTube, but it's a bit annoying that YouTube. It's annoying that YouTube cuts off that like not all parts of the vertical stream are like. It's the same problem with shorts. Not everything is visible on like the vertical format. But part of that, but YouTube also very poorly communicates exactly what it covers up and what it doesn't. I have like a template for it or something that I really should import in DaVinci so I can properly. I'm trying to be more aware of it. That's why in the vertical scene, my perspective and my face are both as centered as possible. But it's difficult. It's working with vertical perspectives. It's very difficult. No out of the way, Stope Boy. I want to watch the funky monkey drive a truck. Well, we have the horizontal perspective for that. You have like a full view of Chris on the horizontal perspective. The window is even bigger for him on the horizontal perspective. I guess my ears are covering up the stream a little bit in the vertical perspective. Yeah, you know what? I'll fix that. Hang on.
See, now we're getting to the I think you're caring about it too much category.
Maybe. There, now my ears are still covering up the vertical perspective, but at least they're covering up less. You know, if you play the Cuphead soundtrack on stream or in a video, I do see copyright claims on the video, but I don't know if they actually demonetize anything. Because I know that people use the Cuphead soundtrack for videos. So it might just be like a kind of a claim of like, yeah, I made this without any further consequences. I'm not sure.
Don't ask me.
Also, I know that Mouse PI has like a streamer mode, and if you turn it on, it cuts out like half the music. It's dumb.
Isn't that sick?
Yeah, and like that's like a soundtrack made specifically for the game, so I don't get it. Like, why is that? Like, okay, that mutes the Caravan Palace song that they made. I get that part, and the Caravan Palace song only plays on the jukebox, so it's like something that you can miss. I don't have streamer mode turned on, by the way, but it just, man, like it really makes me. I keep thinking back to the Guardians of the Galaxy game, you know, like Guardians of the Galaxy, where licensed music is like part of the identity of Guardians of the Galaxy, and if you turn on streamer modes in that game, it cuts out all of that music. Some scenes are just straight up silent. And people were streaming that. People were doing sponsored streams of the Guardians of the Galaxy game. You know, basically the content in which you want to show the game from its best angle, and they had to turn on streamer mode. So you just killed the vibe of that game. I also think that the game didn't perform too well, by the way, so... Get your ears out of the fucking caption, yeah. Get your ears out of the damn caption. Isn't that like a joke or something? That like with like a character with giant ears. Oh my god, my truck just took so much damage. I hate driving to these fucking
You gotta pay it. You're carrying nuclear waste, man. You can't be texting and driving at the same time here.
And talking to my audience, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another nuclear waste disposal drive. Today we are in North Carolina. There is no hardened roads that we can take all the way to the top of point. Yeah, I made it though. Yippee! This guy driving with Chernobyl in his flatbed and looking at his damn phone. Yep. Hey, you wanna see me create a nuclear exclusion zone? I almost caused an ecological disaster. In Snowrunner. In Minecraft. I actually did cause an ecological disaster in Minecraft because I spilled nuclear waste.
I think I remember you blew up your nuclear power plant or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't blow it up. I just broke a container of nuclear waste and spilled and irradiated my base for like a day.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah.
That wasn't stream. Those were like the early days, the early streams.
The early streams.
How many push-ups should you do? Well, cheese feather, I think you should do 10. And then another 10, just for fun.
That's easy.
Yeah, but see how far you get, you know. If you can make 10, you can probably make 20 of them. And then you can make 30 of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep doing sets of 10 and just take a break between, it's
okay,
not bad. That's easy.
The good news is the nuclear reactor is out of contract, so it's like they will not be bothering us anymore. I'm gonna accept a few of these other quests here. Let's see, they want solar panels and bricks at the observatory. You could also do Pineline Bay. You're already doing backlog, right, with the long logs and everything?
I'm doing one part of it. I'm doing the long log, and that's it.
4 medium logs.
I still haven't even picked up the logs yet.
Oh god. Then we have the wind turbines over here. Hang on, let me go to the reactive zone.
You're kidding me.
You want 4 service spare parts, and then you want a maintenance trailer at the wind farm substation. Okay. Where do we get service?
The game didn't tell me that this log station only has medium and short logs.
The game is fun. Allegedly. Where the fuck do I get service spare parts from? I know there is some here. They're here somewhere. Okay, we get them from here. Oh, that's actually perfect. So I can pick up surface spare parts here, go back to the reactive zone, drive all that shit-eating way back, and drop them off. Perfect.
I'm gonna run out of gas.
You know, the most annoying thing about being not monetized on YouTube is that if someone claims my video, I don't know if it actually is something that would affect the video once it gets monetized, you know? Because they don't tell me that part, they just say that there's a copyright claim.
If they claim a video, you lose monetization on that video.
But I don't know that because they don't tell me. They just say like this claim does not affect this video at the moment.
So, if your channel gets monetization,
yeah,
any video that is claimed will not be monetized for you.
Oh, okay. So that pretty much every video on my channel is like demonetized then now.
Yeah.
Once they get monetized.
If they're all claimed, then yeah.
Pretty much all of them are claimed. Like the VOD the stream you're currently watching, chat, because I'm playing the music to YouTube as well because I want you all to be able to hear the music as well. Like there's Cuphead music in this, so this is also gonna get claimed. And it means the video I'm currently working on is gonna get claimed as well because there's a Cuphead song in it as well. Bro. God, actually making money off of YouTube is gonna be a pain in the ass.
If you're a streamer, your videos are probably not going to be a big source of income.
That is true, yeah. Like that's also why I care less about the VODs because they're kind of a lost cause in any case, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's like the bigger videos. Like I used I used like 10 seconds from Orange Colored Sky in the first specific, in like I'm in love with my car, and I got that video immediately claimed for 10 seconds from a song from like 1960. And I used Don't Let the Stars Hit Your Eyes in Still in Love with My Car. And that got that video like not only like claimed, but also blocked in certain territories over a song again from the 60s. And it just made me go like, why? Bro, why?
Well, also, what's really annoying about like music and stuff is a lot of things that'll give you like copyright or claims or whatever are like they're not even the original musicians. They're like people that did a cover.
Yeah, like it happens with Undertale. Like those, if you do anything with like Chapter 2 of Undertale, Richard E.B. is gonna claim your video. And if you like in his credit, if like he did that for part 2, and I immediately like resisted those, you know, like I said like, hey, this is the original song, this is not yours, and he immediately removed the claims. But it's like, I know that you're working with that one organization that claims everyone and everything under the sun. I know it. That's why this was immediately claimed. But it's like you're literally saying like, oh yeah, this is my song, I want the money, and like, when it's not your song. And that's why I think that it should have some kind of consequences when you do that a lot, you know. If you keep claiming stuff that's not yours, I think that YouTube should go like, yeah, you keep doing this shit. We're like limiting your access to our system. But you know, that's why it's good to like YouTube starting to like intrude on streaming has been forcing Twitch to actually innovate. So I think it's good that YouTube is also getting competition from platforms like Nebula. Like ultimately, it's competition that drives innovation.
Yeah. Well, it's and when it comes to YouTube does tend to prefer to side with musicians over other things because when it comes to like especially like mainstream media music, like they hold YouTube to like extreme standards. So they pretty much like use that standard across the entire website when there's different levels of like, okay, you know, there's a difference between someone like, you know, playing a Rihanna song and someone playing, you know, a song from Undertale, right? Like,
yeah.
But they kind of hold them all in the same boat.
Yeah, and it's a very much guilty until proven otherwise kind of system. That's the most annoying part. You know, like the burden of proof does not lie with the claimant. The burden of proof lies with the person who made the video to prove that it's actually not. And like if you like resist a claim and like if they're a good person, they'll immediately go like, yeah, you're right, we made a mistake. But they don't have to. Like some of them will just say, no, the claim stays, even though it's not true at all. And even if you wanna like remove it, I've seen like stories. Like I know that like Lythero, he uses a lot of animators. He uses a lot of animations, and like the animators will then often upload the parts that they animated for his videos to their own channels, like for promotion. And so someone did that, and their animation got like claimed or like got like blocked or something because it was already in Lythero's video. Lythero himself had to move heaven and earth to remove that. Like the fucking guy who commissioned the work and whose video is like the reason why the work gets blocked, he himself had huge trouble actually reaching anyone at YouTube who could undo that block. Like that's just like, because that's just the problems with that system. Why that system is just like, YouTube really needs to like make further improvements in that system because there's so many problems with it like that. I would would you VTuber?
I would do, if you ever monetize your YouTube channel, I would do what Rio says and split your audio tracks. Oh, you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
the problem is that the way that I have it set up, it works perfectly fine on Twitch. The problem is that on YouTube, Twitch supports separate audio for live and VOD, which is wonderful because it means you can play whatever music you want and you will not get in trouble because it will not get recorded. YouTube does not support it though. So in a stream like this one, I want YouTube to be able to hear the music as well. But that means I have to play the music through the VOD channel as well, because YouTube cannot make the distinction between the two. And that's where the nightmares begin. So
I
now I'm
mean-
currently playing the music in a way that like on YouTube this will also get claimed. I might have to cut off YouTube again from the music, but man, like because I actually have a YouTube audience now. People are actually watching through YouTube. I don't want to like deny them something, you know. But
like
YouTube
I said,
YouTube is just falling
Well,
behind on that curve.
you don't have to worry about it. You probably don't have to worry about it for now, but once you monetize it, that's when you will do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, once I monetize, I'm really like whenever it's a stream like this, I'm gonna have to play royalty-free music. And anything else, I'm just gonna have to like cut the music to YouTube, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's just the price of watching on YouTube.
But they're also like they don't want you to like, especially Twitch does not want you to advertise your YouTube too hard, and I don't think that YouTube likes it either. So I can't even put up like a message that's like, hey, if you wanna like, hey, there is background music, but I cannot play it on YouTube, so go watch the Twitch version. I think YouTube will get angry if I do that. Would your VTuber be able to back Elaine Joe? Who's Elaine Joe? You also automatically content IDs and cover artists usually do not want that. Yeah. Sharkmate. Elaine Joe is the Sharkmate? Is her name Elaine Joe? But no, I would not be able to back her. I mean, have you seen her? Have you seen those teeth? I would be in big trouble if I ever ran into her. Also, like I admitted to this before on stream, but Elaine Joe, very good design, almost made me pick up Zenland Zone Zero. But I resisted because Enfield was coming out soon. Now I barely touch Enfield. But I got burnt out real fast on the daily shit in Enfield.
Oh, that just means gacha game's not for you.
No. Which also makes me kind of happy that I was able to like resist. Like I did, like I like got the operators I wanted. I got Yvonne. I got the Dragon Lady. Like I would have kind of wanted the police lady, but I don't have the resources. Like I have barely any pools left, so I'm not gonna get her. So I'm happy with the operators I have right now. I know there's been some story updates, and I'll probably do like another Enfield stream soon to like cover the story updates. But I barely like I log in every day for like daily rewards and stuff, but I don't even do my dailies and weeklies anymore in Enfield. I'm good. I'm just here now for like I like the factory, I like the story, I like the characters. Anything else, I'm good. The curse of gacha game that dips into another genre like Enfield of Girls from 92, so it's still a gacha game. Yeah, that's the thing. I like the factory building. Like I really appreciate them trying that stuff out in a gacha game, because that's like it's a cool gateway into like other factory games, you know. I've seen people genuinely get into Factorio because of Enfield. But yeah, for me it's with gacha games, it's like all the gacha stuff gets in the way of me enjoying the game. I think I would have preferred it if Enfield was just like a $60 game or something, you know. I think I would have liked it better. But I have to admit that the production values are very high on it. Very cool environments. And in a way, maybe it also is like in its favor that the gacha elements fail to like sink their claws into me, because then that way I can recommend the game to you. I can say, yeah, go ahead, play it, it's cool. You play it and then you run out of content and then you drop it. The gacha is not enough to keep you hooked. That is not for me. I've not spent a single dime on Enfield. So I don't know if it's like me specifically, or if like the way that the game works, it just failed to like sink its hook into me before I like started spending money on it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting too old for this shit, chat.
I don't think gacha games are gonna work on you, even if a game like Enfield, which is kind of a game designed for you specifically, I just don't think gacha games are gonna work on you if it doesn't work.
It's mostly the daily and weekly stuff, I think. Like Arknights worked on me. I actually spent money on Arknights. Like I bought the monthly pass and stuff. But I think the thing about Arknights is that the daily and weekly stuff, like you had to like activate an operation and it would run automatically, and that was how you farmed, you know, like it did it all automatically. You did have to sit there and wait for it to finish running, which was annoying and wasted a lot of time, but you didn't have to actually actively engage with it. And in Anfield, if you want to do your weekly stuff, you have to actively engage with it and fight those battles over and over again, and it just gets so boring. It's like fucking running like it's like the dungeons in Final Fantasy XIV. But they're not as long as the Final Fantasy XIV dungeons, but but the combat is just a lot less interesting. Which I enjoy. I love the story stuff in Anfield, but the daily grind stuff is just so boring. It just does not engage me at all. So I'm completely fine with that. I prefer playing Anfield serially whenever there's been like a few updates and I can catch up, you know. So I'll probably keep like playing it, like doing a stream of it every now and then. I already missed one of the story events, like but they do, of course, they have to do the FOMO, temporarily accessible story stuff with the operator missions. So I already missed one of those.
I'm ever since I quit MMOs, I'm like, I am team never play a game with daily missions ever again.
Well, they're gonna put they're not gonna like make everything in Final Fantasy XIV weekly in Evercold.
Yeah, I know. I still don't know if I will come back for Evercold or not, because honestly, I just like I think about playing, and I'm just like, I don't want to get stuck in the like 14 loop, you know? Yeah,
but like. It's again like Anfield, like I was afraid of getting stuck in the loop, and I didn't get stuck in it. I tried it for a little bit and very quickly realized like this. I don't feel like doing this. So you could if you're like at all interested in the expansion, you can just play the expansion and then like
I mean, yeah, if I did play, that's probably what I'd do. I'd just play like the story and then quit again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. You never know, though, with something like that. Like, I might play the story, and then, like, I'm like, oh, I still got 2 more weeks left of my sub. I may as well play a little bit, and then I'm back in, you know?
Or not. You know, it's entirely possible that you try it for 2 weeks, and you realize, like, yeah, I don't like this at all, and then you just don't come back. Like, again, that's what happened to me at Anfield. I actually tried to stay on top of the weekly treadmill with Anfield for like a few weeks, and I just came to the conclusion that no, I hate this, I'm not doing this. So it failed, they failed to hook me in with that. I'm really hoping that Evercold and all the changes it's gonna bring will break the mold if Final Fantasy XIV has been stuck in. Oh, they're fucking breaking that mold for sure. Like, just the fact that they're replacing...
I think the combat change is gonna be already enough to break it.
Yeah, I'm looking. Oh god, now every time I look at my Dark Knight hotbar now, and I have 3 hotbars that are almost entirely full of skills, and I think about like the Evercold design philosophy of no more than 16 buttons. I'm just like, God, I wish it was here already.
Well, technically, it's no more than 16. It's like it is 16 buttons, but you have to remember that a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but many of your buttons will change form based on target and. Actions.
Perfect. Because for me the big issue is I have to remember so many different key bindings that my fingers get confused. Like that's the big issue. I have like shift and control and alt modifiers, and there's so much shit. And my hotbars are not optimally laid out, so I have to like switch a lot between modifiers. But if I've tried changing it and making it more efficient, but then I forget all of my key bindings, so I have to use the inefficient system. So I'm completely fine with them wiping the slate clean and just starting over with the design and having less buttons that have more functionality. I'm completely fine with that. I really like that kind of design, because that's like how a game like Deadlock does it, where you have between 4 and 8 buttons, and you can like they're all very multifunctional. Like some of them, like a lot of attacks double as like movement things and such. Like in Furnace, he has like a move where he starts sprinting and leaves a trail of fire behind him, and that's both that's an area of denial attack because you leave fire behind. It's an actual attack because he sets people on fire, and it's also a movement ability because he runs very fast with that ability. That kind of stuff I love, multifunctional skills, and that stuff is you have to let a lot more in evolved mode rather than one button that does one thing. So I absolutely am in love with the design philosophies behind evolved mode, and I cannot wait. I've talked to my friends and FC mates about how I have no desire, see no reason to hardcore content because the current state and placing of the endgame sucks. Yeah, that's very fair. And I'm gonna be honest, chat, yesterday on stream y'all saw me like poking out over the Savage only weapons. And I'm actually considering to get into Arcadian Savage now. Because now I feel like is a good time to do it because like it's like the end of the game cycle, you know? There's not a lot of stuff left to do. So now is the time to get like to start doing things that you would normally never do. Now you're at like the peak of content at the level cap, the peak of endgame content because almost all of it is in the game now. So now would actually be a good time to try to get into that stuff. You're gonna have like less people actively pushing for it because it's no longer current, but I really want to like try Arcadian Savage. So I might make that like a little quest for myself, see if I can get like one of those Savage weapons before the expansion ends. And even if I don't, you can just unsync those raids next expansion and get the weapon that way.
This railway out here.
Where the fuck am I going?
Does this railway right here, does it have a... Does it have...
I'm going the wrong way, I turned around.
Can you drive down it?
Yeah, it's a bit difficult, but you can do it, yeah. I've removed all of the blockades, so you can just drive over it. It is... A railway is not a road, so it is a bit tricky. You have to be careful with it, but you can do it. Some of the first tier was kind of fun, and then the fights fight in the second tier, but my Harbor's just not in it. That's very fair. I have not felt like raiding since Shadowbringers. Like, I think that Lion's Rampant broke my spirit. And
I do miss Shadowbringer raids. I think Shadowbringer raids were so good.
Yeah. Like, I really like the I loved Eden, but the final fight was just just broke. Fucking E12 ass just broke us. And Pandemonium...
Well, that's the one fight that probably just sucks, dude. That fight does suck, though.
The Lion's Rampant like, fucking sucks and everything. And then... like,
even if he took Lion's Rampant out of it, it still sucks. Like,
yeah.
The fight just is boring.
But with Pandemonium, like, the first tier of Pandemonium, like, was just... I don't know, it just didn't speak to me. It didn't appeal to me, the first fight, the first tier.
Yeah, Pandemonium first tier is, in my opinion... Let me think.
And that's like... The vampire was, like, the coolest part of it, but... That was the final fight. I didn't want to learn 3 entire fights just to get to the cool vampire guy.
I would say 1.5 fights are interesting in the first tier.
Mm-hmm.
Second tier and third tier have a lot of good stuff, but first tier was yeah, there's only like 1.5 of fights that I would say are fun.
Yeah, the first one looked kind of interesting and savage, but the main reason why I want to do Arcadian is because every single fight in Arcadian was fucking amazing, fucking Kino. The reason why I didn't was because by the time Arcadian came out, I was already like I already started streaming, and I was like, no, I want to like prioritize streaming, and Savage raiding is gonna like take up like a lot of time, so that's why I didn't commit to it. Yeah, but like now in hindsight,
I think I asked you if you wanted to raid or not, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like yeah, I know y'all formed like tried to form like a group for it, and I was like, there were multiple reasons. Like one of them was because I wanted to commit to streaming more. Another reason was because of our time zone difference. It was we've always had difficulties finding like a good time to like find a good window, and having Americans and Europeans in the same raid group locks like a lot of people out of it, because like a lot of Americans cannot go that early and a lot of Europeans cannot go very late.
Yeah,
that also made it difficult. So there was like a bunch of reasons that I ended up not doing it. Like definitely a part of it was me kind of realizing like also like, you know, like it's gonna be easier for y'all to find more people if I don't join and you don't have to like worry about my time zone.
Yeah, but it did work. It kind of worked out in that way. Because I think we just had... No, Khan joined. Khan and Aro joined at some point, so...
Yeah.
But they're late night. They're night owls, so it worked out.
Yeah, I'm also a night owl, but like my brain function gets significantly worse later at night. You can tell it right now that my brain function is getting worse. And we're not even, we're like at, it's already 7:30. Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, this game just vacuums up my time.
I've been spending all this time, and I still haven't even delivered the logs yet.
First tier was my first time actually doing Savage ever. My FC was very nice and welcoming, so definitely improved the experience. Hey Rio, if you're interested in like doing more Savage raids, hit me up. Like it's gonna, I don't know in which data center you are, but hopefully it's soon not gonna matter anyway, because they're gonna go to region-wide matchmaking. I'm so happy that they're making that change. It's gonna make it so much easier to find people. Earn Ether ashamedly? Oh, perfect. We're already on the same data center then.
Ashamedly, I'm on Ether.
Yeah, there's no shame in being on Ether. The shameful data center is Primal. No, I'm joking.
Nah, Dynamis.
Dynamis is the shameful one, yeah. I have a lot of friends who are on Primal now. And this is gonna make it a lot easier to play with them. Dynamis is the joke data center. Because they always have to go to other data centers if they want to raid. And they will not have to do that anymore. Man, I remember back... I played back in Heaven's War before we had the Party Finder, when everyone was spilling into Gilgamesh. You know, if you wanted to raid back in early Heaven's War, you went to Gilgamesh. It's so much better now that you don't have to do it in a single server. I appreciate the offer, but at present I'm not super keen on jumping back into Savage right now. Yeah, it would be just for fun, you know. Okay, look, it would be because I want the Savage weapons from the current Savage tier. Look, it's a big question mark if I'm even gonna do it, because I can also just wait for the expansion and unsync them. So I will have to think about it. But I do kind of feel like I'm getting back into Final Fantasy now. I might actually try the field operation stuff, for example. But I have to think about if I'm gonna do it on or off stream, because I love streaming Final Fantasy 14, but just between you and me, chat, people rarely show up for those streams. So that's kind of... What?
Sorry, go ahead. You go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, like people the viewer counts for those streams are definitely lower than for any other content. It doesn't really matter for me, but it does kind of make me like go like, you know, maybe this would be better if I do this in my own time.
The main difference between data centers is probably mostly just when you started playing the game will determine what data center you are on.
Mm-hmm.
If you started playing the game back in 2.0 or Heaven's Word, then you're probably on Ether or Crystal. And if you played later than that, you're probably on the other ones.
Yeah, the data centers are very much a leftover from an older era of the game, back when it was actually important, you know, when they had like way more spaghetti code and they were still dealing with like the tech debt. And now, the current state of the game, they have like already made so many improvements on the tech depth and the infrastructure that the data centers are really like... I fully expect that they're gonna phase out data centers entirely after they got region matchmaking.
They probably can't phase them out, but they'll at least like make it so that it doesn't really matter anymore.
Yeah.
Because of housing, that's why they can't phase them out.
Of housing?
Yeah, you can't like remove data centers because of the housing stuff.
Is that because of the housing? I didn't know that.
Like you can only own your house on your data center, right? Like you can't.
Oh. Can you own a house on another server in the same data center?
No.
Then it's server side. Do you mean like removing the servers, or? Like you have like a world and you have a data center and then you have a region.
Well, I'm saying if you merge data centers, or if you like get rid of data centers, then I see what you're saying. Okay, like you mean like we're just not going to call them data centers. They're just going to have realms.
Yeah, like what I'm thinking about is, what I'm thinking is that they're probably going to end up removing the data centers and only have worlds in a region at some point. But the problem with that is link shells, like cross-world link shells, because those are per data center right now. Like if I go to Primal, I get my Primal link shells. If I go to Europe, back to Moogle, I get the link shells I had over there. Like you can have your crossworld link shells are per data center, and if you travel to another data center, you will lose access to your link shells on the data center you came from, but instead you'll regain access to the link shells on the data center that you are on now. It's an interesting system that it remembers that kind of stuff. But it is how it works right now. That the link shells are per data center, so they might have to like either change something there, or I don't know. I don't know how to if they like they probably have they have like some kind, they have long-term plans. Like apparently the whole enhanced mode stuff and the changes to the progression system were stuff that they already had, that they've been planning for like a while now. Like apparently they had that stuff in the works before Dawntrail. Because there was like a lot of the question of like, is all this stuff like a panic reaction to Dawntrail? And the answer is not entirely, because they've been working on this stuff in the background for a lot longer. But I do think that like the reaction to Dawntrail, and especially the fatigue among people that came out especially hard during Dawntrail, has probably like given them a big boost of like, yeah, we need to get this stuff done as soon as possible, because people are just completely done with the last 10 years of the game, the format that we've had. Occult Crescent is very much a watch something in the background kind of content. Yeah, I think that Occult Crescent I would probably do in my own time instead of on stream. Doesn't seem like good stream content.
The way I enjoyed doing the open zone content, whatever you call it, stuff, was just like hang out in voice chat with some friends while you all just grind it out. I would never do it on my own.
That seems like the ideal way to do it, yeah. So I would check. I need to like check with the scout. I know that Chalkus has been doing Occult Crescent. I need to like check with the scouts if they're like down to all just hang out in voice chat and knock that stuff out sometime.
No, they'll definitely do it. I'm pretty sure.
Or if they're not interested, I might do it within my own Discord server, like make like a community night out of it if people are interested. We'll see.
Also,
we'll see.
Rio, if you cleared Savage, you're already better than 80% of the player base. So. Can't be bad if you've cleared Savage.
Oh, you want to join for Occult Crescent? Yeah, definitely. Let's make some plans for it then sometime. I need to move.
And that's according to Yoshi P's stats, by the way.
Let's see. I need to move a trailer. I'm trying to find a good truck to move a trailer.
I haven't cleared Savage. Okay, well.
I wish I had the smaller Caterpillar.
It's still attempting. It's probably still better.
It's not hard to be better than most of the player base.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. There are a lot of bad players out there.
Let's see, fuel carrier, log carrier. I'll go for the flatbed for now. The cat is a pretty good one to carry things, but I want the little cat, but I think it's in one of the early DLC maps.
Want the little cat, but instead I only got big cat.
Yeah, I got big cat and little cat. Wait, this is a maintenance trailer. Okay, this is something that you need a big truck or I slap a trailer. I just realized I have some vehicles that have like big hinges on them. Like I have some scouts with like that can like lift big trailers. So let me check. The Rock Rider.
Wow, you left the fuel truck out here for me. How nice of you.
I forgot about that thing. But yeah, go ahead and take the fuel.
Let me just slurp some fuel out of here.
We hit the wall at Brute Bomber and then again at Sugar Riot. Oh god, Brute Bomber. When I remember back when I did like the Brute Abominator fights, I had like a bunch of people in chats, like a bunch of friends who were like, yeah, we're here because we know that this fight is brutal and we want to help you. And they were right, that Brute Abominator on normal was fucking brutal in the first week. God, that was brutal. Funny Bee Savage was pretty fun. I imagine.
Oh god, the random bullshit go bees, yeah.
Okay, I can use the crane maybe to bring this maintenance trailer over here, but I kind of want to leave the crane here in case, because there's more stuff here that's going to have to be picked up. And I have like a low saddle, a high saddle, and a crane here, so I don't really want to move any of them right now.
Man, I ran the raid for the first tier of Arcadian, and trying to teach the raid how to handle that, like when everything is like so like every other mechanic and every other fight is like, okay, you You're healer 1, you go here. You're healer 2, you go there. This is your partner. This is your stack mark. This is your position. This is your clock. You know, you just give everybody a spot. Then you get to Honeybee Savage, and you're like, okay, we're all gonna stand right here and freeform go. Everybody run. Like, fuck it. Like, there's no fucking rhyme or reason.
I think I got and pray.
You just have to hope that you have to hope that enough people live and that one of them's a healer, you know?
Hi, Antex. Welcome back. Sounds like fun. I still like, I'm committed. Once upon a time, I think it was before Dawntrail, I committed to like clearing an ultimate fight before the expansion came out, and it never happened. I did make a few attempts at like clearing Ultima Weapon Ultimate, because that one is so like, that one is like a complete, you don't need to worry about the DPS checks at all nowadays in Ultimates. Because they're so easy now that you only need to worry about the mechanics. But man, it was so hard to find like good progression, because the problem is you always have people, like you go to like a progression, I was like in an Ifrit progression group, and there was someone who did not know literally the first mechanic of the fight. So it's like, bro, why are you in a... We're like 5 steps further than you are, what are you doing here? Or like a Thaumaturge who literally did not know how to play... Sorry, and Black Mage who did not know how to play Black Mage. That's the kind of shit you have to deal with. But I still want to like see if I can clear at least one ultimate. Especially the earlier ones are just... Ultimate Weapon Ultimate is the easiest, is considered the easiest one, and it's just a mechanics dance now. If you can do the mechanics of that fight, you can clear it, no matter what your DPS is. The B stands for bullet hell.
No matter what your DPS is.
Okay, look, it does have to be like, people have to know how to play their jobs. But if they can all be great parsers, and you can still clear that fight easily.
You want to know a secret?
What is that?
You could, your whole team could be great parsers, and you could clear any fight.
Okay, true, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
This game is called.
You know?
This game is called Snowrunner. It's a game about trucking through mud and snow sometimes.
A clear's a clear, man. Doesn't matter how you got there.
True. I would just like at least one ultimate weapon, and I don't want to buy one, you know. You know how you have like sometimes you have someone in your duty who has an ultimate weapon, and they don't understand basic mechanics of the game, and you're like, you bought this, didn't you? You paid someone to get this for you. I can tell. But yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to earn it myself. The thing that I really want is like an Alexander weapon, because I like the gears on them. But man, Alexander Ultimate is on a it's like on a different level from Ultima Weapon Ultimate. It's probably easier now as well. And I imagine with enhanced mode, it's probably going to become even easier to do those ultimates. But I might be imagining, but I think I green parsed 1 or 2 times from White Mage. Probably. White Mage does kind of have the, you know, the stigma of being the partner job, you know what, the job that you bring your partner in on because they don't actually play the game, but they want to play with you and they're not that good at the game. So just kind of have that stigma. But then again, I also know some really good white mages who can like heal you with one hand and do like half the DPS with the other hand. So I don't know which one it is. Do I play Red Dead Redemption? No, I do want to though. I've been watching some friends play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I have to admit that game looks really cool. So I might have to play that at some point. It's on the list of games that might grace the channel at one point in time.
Yeah, Rio, I agree with you. It does kill the fun of raiding when people have to rely on third party something to tell them to where to go or what to do. I think that's like kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, that's like I know that Blizzard has been like trying to reduce the need for add-ons in their raids. I think that they're even starting to ban some of the add-ons. I feel like they've also kind of realized that like having people have to rely on add-ons kind of kills a lot of the fun of raiding.
Well, I mean, the thing is like it's like a difficult thing to balance because if like I think the mechanics need to be fun and interesting first off.
Mm-hmm.
And when they start to become not fun and interesting, they start to become boring. That's when the add-ons and third-party tools really start to take over. Because when you have it's okay, here's 6 debuffs, figure out where you're supposed to go and get there. That's I don't think that's interesting necessarily, and that's why people use add-ons, because it's I'm just gonna download a thing that tells me where to go, and then I don't have to read all 6 of my debuffs and figure out where I gotta go.
Yeah. It is kind of an issue, yeah. That's with when you just have a thing that immediately resolves the mechanic for you and tells you where to stand. Yeah, that's no fun. It's more.
So that's that. Well, I think it's half people, some people don't want to do that effort, which whatever. But I think it's also the other half is on the game developers to make the raid and the mechanics fun and not just do the same here's everyone's clock spot, here's everyone's partner pair mechanic, here's everyone's stack position, that when we do the same things over and over again, we're just doing them in different orders. It's getting boring at that point.
That is true. When I think back to a fight like Eden, E8S, the Shiva fight in Eden, that one I feel had that one was such an interesting fight. Might be one of the best fights in the entire game, and was funnily enough made by the same guy who's now doing an evolved mode. That guy, he's a fucking. When they showed the list of jobs he made, it was he made all the jobs before they got shit. He made all the good jobs before they turned to shit. And I was we're in good hands here. This guy fucking has a talent for making cool shit in this game. But when you look at Shiva, it has the usual front, back, clock spot stuff, but then it also combines it with stuff you need the actual the light rampant is one of the most complicated mechanics, but also I feel one of the more interesting Savage mechanics. And most importantly, it happens very early on in the fight, so you just get it over with, you get to deal with it. It comes back in a slightly modified form later, but it's a bit easier to handle. And you have the dragon spot stuff where you have to look at the duration of your buff to decide which one of the dragon heads you have to grab, later in the fight. That kind of stuff is that kind of stuff would be very easily. Stuff like Light Rampant and those dragon heads could be resolved much more easily by add-ons, I bet. But that takes away a lot of the fun of doing it. This is the raid white, this is the tank boss, this is the main mechanic, this is the with one variation. Wash, rinse, repeat. Running joke with me and my one buddy is, wow, it's the Endwalker left right mechanic. Whenever it pops up. Or the wow, it's the Dawntrail countdown AoE mechanic. Yeah, that's the thing. You can definitely bring back those kind of elements in you can mix them up in new formats, but you do have to bring something new to the table. Every fight has clock spots and partner pair. Those are just the bread and butter, honestly.
I know, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of the... every fight has to have it. Can we just, now I will say every fight now has to have... And I don't know, I haven't played all the Dawn Trail stuff since I quit a year ago. But when I was playing Dawn Trail, it did. But even in Endwalker, it had it. And at the end of Shadowbringers, it was having it too. And... I just think of all the raid Stormblood and Heaven's Word raids and etc. Not every fight had those things. It was only the first fight to have clock spots was Pepsi Man. What's his name? Living Liquid.
You can call him Pepsi Man. It's funnier that way. Did I watch Death Note? I've watched half of Death Note years ago.
But that was the first fight to have clock spots. And in that fight, it's interesting. And it was hard to do because we didn't, first of all, we all sucked back then. But second, it was this is a new thing. We got to figure out how to get, consistent at this. But now it's, so routine in every single fight. I'm I'm just so sick of those, give me something new and fun and fresh and not the same 6 mechanics in a row in a different order.
I feel Arcadian has been doing a pretty interesting job of introducing some new stuff, but when I think about how do you make existing stuff interesting, there's a lot of ways, and a lot of ways is I guess the visualization and how you resolve them. Because everyone, like, clock spots is easy, but, like, having some kind of twist to the clock spots that makes them a bit more interesting is, like, cool, you know? You've been hit by, you've been struck by a truck. Yeah.
I did hear that the recent Arcadian stuff was pretty good, so they may have finally, like, gotten away from that.
And another big
but
thing...
like I said, I haven't played in a year, so I don't know.
Yeah, right now the real big issue with the game is the 2-minute meta, and they literally brought up the 2-minute meta during the live letter. Sorry, during the fan fest.
It's so annoying that they're taking credit of like, yeah, so the 2-minute meta is like this thing that and we've been saying, you know, like we can't build, it restricts how we build the fights, and I'm like, yeah, we've been telling you that for years, and it's your like you invented the problem.
It's so fucking funny.
But I get it. Like, whatever. They take, you know, fine. Like,
it's like it's same with like making Dark Knight an off tank in evolve mode. I'm like, look, I'm willing to give this up if you make it cool, okay? If you make it interesting, then yeah, sure, go ahead. It's the same with like, yeah, if you wanna like you wanna like take the credit for solving a problem you caused, if that means cooler fights, go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like one of the ways that I oh sorry, what were you gonna say? Because what I'm about to say is gonna be a long story.
I agree, like with the off tank stuff, like I don't necessarily agree with the decision when it comes to how they made it sound, but if it is fun, then fine, that's fine, I'll accept it.
The big thing is we don't know because they only showed off Paladin, and Paladin didn't have like huge changes, but the changes that it did have looked very interesting. So and with Dragoon and everything,
you've activated my trap card because now I'm going to talk about how they showed off Paladin and how they showed off 2 skills that are specifically off-tank related, and then they called Paladin main tank, and that
yeah, cover is not, of course, like saying that the role of main tanks is to like lower their own damage output, and then showing off cover is a little bit, yeah. That is one thing. I guess that they kind of were like, we cannot get rid of cover because it's so iconic now for Paladin that maybe they wanted to keep it. Like they did talk about like having these like keystone abilities that they didn't want to get rid of. So that does make me a little bit worried. Like something like cover might have been like, I guess like maybe they should have moved cover to like another tank, like Gunbreaker or something, you know? Because Gunbreaker is
just put Paladin in the off tank role, and then everything's fine.
That may be we'll see. Well, the thing about evolve mode is like, yeah, this is obviously they said that they have already made an evolve mode for all of the 21 jobs. So there's probably going to be a lot of like polishing and tweaking of that system over the next 9 months, and I'm sure that they're going to like collect a lot of feedback. They're probably going to show off like a bunch of this stuff every FanFest and collect feedback on it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the mistake they made was the real mistake they made was telling us that there's going to be the main tank and off tank role, and then not going into any detail other than just saying that this is a role and that's it. That's all they said.
Yeah, well, they gave like the basics of it, that main tanks are going to have focus on reducing their own damage, and off tanks are going to focus on reducing damage to party members and the amount of damage the boss outputs. Yeah. So basically making it sound like the main tanks are selfish tanks and the off tanks are team player tanks, which I feel is a good way to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, you need to give more details than that. It's, man, like it made me. I've been watching watching some other people's reactions to the keynotes, like Pat and Shampai, and everyone is so confused when they first introduce an evolve mode. Like they really did a piss poor job of explaining what it was when they first introduced it. So thank God for that they immediately had the dev panel afterwards, so that we at least got like an idea of what it meant, because it's like just the way that they show it off at first makes it sound so confusing. And they do it in a typical way where they like build it up so much and like fucking at you for so long, and then they don't actually like, they basically go like, yeah, check out the dev panel later. And it just kind of makes me wonder, like, maybe you should just not have like, maybe you should literally just have gone like, yeah, we're gonna like we're gonna like make some changes to the combat system. But we cannot begin to cover it in the keynote. So check out the dev panel instead of like dropping a few things.
Check out the dev panel. Also here, followed by an hour-long Rico what was it? Technical difficulties
Man,
because like their computer didn't work.
man, why do you have to do this to me?
Hey, I gotta get one in there every now and
Yeah,
then.
true. I was gonna talk about something, but I forgot what it was now.
Dev panel.
Dev panel? No, not the dev panel. Oh yeah, I was gonna discuss something. Yeah, I was gonna like bring up specifically like when I'm thinking about like an Endwalker, like how to make like existing mechanics feel new. I'm like thinking, for example, the final fight of Endwalker. You have like you have like the two orbs, right? And one of the the two orbs crash into each other and they cause an AoE. Very simple mechanic, but they're like on the outside of the arena. One of the orbs moves a quarter turn, and the other orb moves like 3/4 turns, so they meet up in the same place where they crash up into each other. So even though it's a relatively simple mechanic, you actually have to look at the orbs and like check out which one of these is moving fast and which one is moving slow, and then it allows you to kind of predict where they're gonna crash into each other. It's all very simple stuff, but it's like it's like just enough to put a little bit apart and make you like actually look and think about it for a little bit, and B, given what the orbs actually represent in that particular fight, makes them thematically appropriate. Especially once the boss starts like turning back the time on them, like basically like
The same end again and again.
yeah, exactly, like that kind of stuff. So so suddenly like a very simple way to kind of like, so not only do they like find a variation on an existing mechanic that makes it just a little bit different, but it also thematically fits within the fight. That I always thought that was like a cool way to do something like that, you know.
Yeah.
I always considered that, and like I forgot the name of the. I think the name of the attack is literally Planetis or something, but I always thought that it was like a cool way to do something like that. That's a good example of how to like design an attack in a boss battle. And man, I have to say that like the raids, especially the new one, but also the ones before it, they did a great job with the raids, like having like a lot of stone. Again, things that you've definitely seen before, but do it in like a new way that's very interesting, and feels thematically appropriate as well. Just cool. I'm still reading from it. It's kind of weird to like catch up on that entire raid storyline and realize that the last raid only came out a week ago, because I've not been keeping up with the raids at all.
Well, if I do get suckered into playing again, I'm gonna have all 7.2, 7.3, 7.4, 7.5.
You're gonna get to do the alliance raids. I would really strongly.
I'm gonna have to, I guess.
Well, like if you want to get back in, we'll just get you a set of crafted gear, you know, so that you're good until the next expansion. And I would say just play the content and don't bother with the tombstones.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't even care about it. I would just do story and then raids, just to have the only reason I would even do the raids is just to have them unlocked in case they're important for whatever the new grinding system's going to be. But even then, I don't know if I.
Yeah. Well, the new grinding system is gonna be.
We're talking
like,
a lot of ifs here.
Yeah, well, see, what I like about the new grinding system is that it gives you way more variety in what you can do to get points. So if you don't want to do dungeons, you can just go fish or something. I do really appreciate that they're like kind of going like, yeah, just do whatever you want. Well, they're probably gonna put limits on it.
My question is, okay, what if I don't want to do dungeons and also I don't want to fish or craft? Then what?
Then you can do some side quests probably, or like they showed off an early preview of like what the kind of reward system. It's like nowhere near going to be the final product probably, but I suspect that they're gonna do like, it's basically Wondrous Tales but like expanded across the entire game. So I fully expect that they'll have like rewards for pretty much any kind of activity. There's probably going to be something for field operations in there. It wouldn't surprise me at this point. Like beat like a notorious monster in Eureka or something might be one of the things. It would not surprise me at all if they added something like that. I would welcome it. I would honestly, if I can get like some progress, if I don't feel like doing anything else and I can get some progress, yeah, I'll dip back into Eureka and kill a notorious monster for some progress on my adventure activity. Sure, why not? Might be
I
fun.
just think that dungeon whatever tomes, like I know it's not going to be dungeon tomes anymore, but it's going to be. It needs to be like 4 times as effective as it was. Like I need 4 times the reward for me to be like, okay, that's it. Then this is actually fine now.
Well, it's like if you do 4 times as effective. If an expert roulette were 4 times as effective, you would get 360 out of the 450 tomestones. So it's never going to be that effective. Like this new system, it's like it just means that there's more variety in what you can do to complete your weekly goals. But it's still going to be a weekly goal. So
and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like the alternatives need to be like as fun as if doing a dungeon were 4 times more effective.
Yeah,
because
I kind of get
the
that.
problem I have with the dungeon, like doing the weekly, daily dungeon grind stuff, is you have to do 5 days of the dungeon roulette to cap your tomes if you're only doing dungeons anyway.
Yeah.
And doing a dungeon 5 times is so 5 times a week is so obnoxious. It's so obnoxious.
Yeah, what I usually do is I do the expert roulette and the trial roulette, because those two, then usually you're like okay with just doing 4 of them, 4 days instead of 5.
I mean it does lessen it by 1 day, but what I'm getting at is just
it's still annoying, yeah.
It's obnoxious to still have to do that every week. Like it's like filling up the queues just for the sake of filling up the queues, when we could have the queues be not everyone have to spend all their time doing these dungeons, and also it would make the dungeons not feel so painful because you're doing the dungeons a lot less, you know.
I strongly suspect that that's part of why they're also doing regional matchmaking now. It's because if you give people more options to get their weeklies, you're gonna get less people in queue, but that will be less of a problem when there is 4 times as many people sharing those queues.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect time to roll out regional matchmaking.
Yeah.
The queues are gonna be so fucking full. But I get what you mean.
I'm trying not to flip my truck full of logs.
That would be very unfortunate if you did. But I'm gonna run out of fuel.
No, it's just like I don't want to have to wait. Like I'm already playing the game and setting a weekly schedule to play with friends and stuff. Like I don't want to also have to be like, oh well, now I also gotta make sure I spend 3 hours doing this or whatever, you know, like.
Audience member says, I've been trying to figure out what game you are talking about, but I can't. It's Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 online. We're talking about the weekly
we can
system.
I mean, if you want to keep talking about it, it's fine.
But I love talking about FF14. Like I don't like overwhelming negativity about the game, but like
yeah,
there can be a balance about it. No, I like being somewhat negative about it, but like it's mostly about like I like to talk in it about a constructive kind of way, you know, like how can you improve things. Like what I don't like is like the full-blown negativity of stuff, you know. That just kind of makes me feel like a little bit like it makes me feel, I don't know. Like again, especially with a game like this, it's very important to not be toxically positive about it, because the game needs to improve, and the game definitely has issues. But I still love the game, so I don't like being like only negative about it. This kind of thing. But, so this kind of stuff, it's like the upcoming changes are very exciting, and I agree that like the whole dungeon stuff is just annoying. So, but one thing that I feel like I'm gonna make some comparisons to World of Warcraft. Like in World of Warcraft, you have like a currency called Trader's Tender, which World of Warcraft has a shop just full of cool items in it, called the Trader Outpost. Like there's glamours in there, there's pets and minions in there, just all kinds of like cool little rewards that you can buy with Trader's Tender. And you can get like a certain amount of Trader's Tender every week by doing certain objectives. And that system feels like one step removed from what they're going to do in Final Fantasy XIV, and I'm very certain that they are inspired by that, because like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XIV are constantly looking at what the other one is doing, you know? Like, you can see the lessons that World of Warcraft has learned from Final Fantasy, with like the housing system and everything, and like putting a stronger emphasis on like storylines is definitely from FF14 as well. And vice versa, you can now see, like, Final Fantasy started out learning from World of Warcraft, then we got in a period where World of Warcraft was learning from Final Fantasy, and now we're back in the area where Final Fantasy is learning from World of Warcraft, so it's very fun to see that kind of stuff.
I finally did it. I finally delivered the one long log.
There we go, let's refill you. Oh, that's the wrong one.
You're welcome.
Sorry, what
for
did you
the
do?
effort.
I was distracted for a second.
I delivered one long log.
Oh. Well, at least you only have to deliver one for this mission.
Yeah.
Now you get to go back and deliver all of those medium and small logs. By the way, how much time?
That's what I'm working on.
How much time do you have left today, Chris?
I could probably do about roughly an hour more.
Sounds good.
But if you need to cut, then we can cut. I don't mind. But let me deliver the trailer first.
I'm thinking about it, like when I will have to cut, but I can go for a while longer. I don't want to go. I'm like in the zone. I'm in the groove. I don't want to stop now. I want to keep going for a while longer. Yeah, so this system, like, especially because they want to like link other rewards to it beyond just gearing up. Which I'm curious about how the gearing up system is going to work going forward. Because it seems to be not fully related to what we're doing now with this stuff.
It did look very strange, with it being like a battle pass thing.
Fundamental science. Okay, that's over there. So we're going to track this one for a second, deliver the cement. And then we're going to deliver the... Man, I'm so happy I was able to combine these two missions at once. In hindsight, it was a good idea to bring a cat with two cargo spots. That was exactly the amount that I needed. I was able to save a lot of time thanks to it. I was not planning for that, but it happened to work out that way. But yeah, so like it's... I don't know, like this just feels like a big push towards... Like I said, they want to like make the... Because the landscape, the MMO landscape has changed a lot again over the past 10 years. Like, Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was outdated 10 years ago, and Final Fantasy 2.0 tried to like learn from the contemporary MMOs at that time. And now we're like in a new era of like games, where like the things that we expect from like live service games have changed again. So now they're trying to learn those lessons and update their systems again.
Well, it's also just I think when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's there is a point where it's just like it's been done for so long that we need it's become stale.
Yeah, that too. That's kind of the problem of a game with such a long life. Like at some point you're gonna have to do something to mix things up. And I'm like, one of the things I was worried about was that they were gonna introduce a borrowed power system. So I'm very pleasantly surprised by Evolved mode. Like that's kind of the thing that I was hoping out of the game, but was not expecting them to actually do the kind of combat overhaul.
I might have an unpopular opinion about this, but when it comes to Evolved mode, I think I would have preferred oh
yeah,
did you
sorry.
do something?
Yeah, I finished
oh, you finished the windmills.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we got...
not the windmills, the wind
We got so
turbines.
much power here. We have wind power, we have solar power, we have nuclear power.
Yeah, we're getting we just need coal and oil and we're good. I think I would have preferred them to have just like made a brand new MMO.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy 18, 17, whatever. And just let 14 like become the new 11, you know? Like, okay, here's the old version of the game and we're going to make a new game that has the Evolved mode combat and it's just like a brand new Final Fantasy. I know that most people probably wouldn't agree with that, but that's just like, I feel like it would have
flown
a
I
little
think a lot
better
of
that
people
way.
kind of like share that opinion, honestly. See, this Azov over here is yours. Where's my... I know I have a truck with 3 spaces. Oh, that is the fucking Azov over here, my Azov. Yeah. Oh god, I'm gonna have to recover it when I use the 3 space bet. Alright, you know what I'll do is I'll start bringing this high saddle trailer here back. Because I don't want to just leave it here, because there's already another trailer here as well. I guess we'll make a long trip back then. To Pine Line Bay. What's the fastest way? Oh, I can just take the hardened road all the way. Okay, that's good. This is not going to be super difficult then. And I'll sell the trailer. And then I'll go, like, recover the Azov and I'll pick up the metal rolls for this mission over here. I'm gonna have to refuel though before I get there. God,
and I've been having to drive these like roads over by the logging camps, and and then they are not friendly to my steering column.
No. Yeah. Anyway, what I was gonna, hang on, what was I gonna say? Yeah, but Final Fantasy, I definitely feel like it's for me it's good to see them, like they really seem committed. Like I feel like they mentioned that they have been planning this stuff since before Dawntrail, but I think that probably to them, like the devs are not blind and they know to like watch things and such, and I think that like the response to Dawntrail being much more mid than the response to the previous expansion has definitely like scared them, I think. But you can tell it in a lot of the way, like they've been talking about regaining the trust of the players again. Like to them, for Yoshi P, I bet this definitely feels like, oh god, we're like back in the 1.0 situation, so we have to do that kind of stuff again, you know.
And they can't. I mean, I get what you mean by that, but they'll never be in a 1.0 situation. Like you don't know how few people played 1.0.
No.
Like, even compared to 2.0, if you took 1/10 of the people that played 2.0, that still would be more people than that played 1.0.
Yeah. No, see, what I mean is, like, I bet that Yoshida himself considers it that, even though it's nowhere near that bad. Like, even at the lowest points in Dawntrail, they still had, like, Shadowbringers levels of players, you know? Like, Endwalker was the absolute peak, and it went down again with Dawntrail, but they still have, like, way more players than they've had for most of the game's runtime. But, like, see, for me, I quite liked Dawntrail. I didn't think it was quite as good as what came before it, but I quite liked it. Like, I know that, like, a lot of people really don't like Wukla Mat, and I did really like her. But even when I, like, saw the criticism and, like, compared it to the game, was like, I can see why people don't like this one as much. And even I kind of checked out of the game for, like, a lot of it. I haven't played nearly as much in the last 2 years. So that's why I meant that, like, I don't want to be overly positive about Dawntrail. Like, I don't want to pretend like Dawntrail is some kind of misunderstood expansion or something, you know? Because most importantly of all, I believe that if the dev team, and especially the company, goes like, uh-oh, that's when innovation is born, when they make improvements. And you can... And even though they have probably been planning this stuff for longer, I hope that, like, a big part of why they're making such big changes, like being willing to essentially double the amount of jobs by giving them all a second set of like rotations and everything. I kind of wonder if that might have been part of just how bad they were. Like, oh god, we need to make a big swing right now, or we have a big issue. So I think that probably it's like for the long-term health of the game, it's a good thing that people were so overly negative about Dawntrail, because it definitely made the devs realize, like, oh, we need to mix things up.
Yeah, I mean...
We're playing Snowrunner, by the way.
What's that?
Sorry, someone in the chat asked what this is, and this is Snowrunner.
Snowrunner. This is the Rico Truck podcast.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm finished now. So, okay, look, so I hated the negativity that the game has been having lately and such. But I feel like, what I hope is that it will just become another chapter, you know, in the game's history. Where it was like, yeah, things were looking a little bit grim here, but it did also, like, spark the revival of Evercold or something, you know?
I mean, it's fair to hate the negativity, but it also, like, the numbers don't lie either, so...
No, player counts are definitely down from Endwalker, you know?
Yeah.
That's the way that I, as someone who actually like Dawntrail, that's the way that I look at it. It's like, yeah, but like, thanks to this kind of stuff, the next expansion will be even better, you know? Like, the next expansion is hopefully going to be Shadowbringers too, so...
It's pretty likely to be better, I think. The main thing is, will it bring people that have left? Will it bring them back? And then speaking as me personally, who is someone who has left, the answer is I don't know yet.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll see. I'm also like I know that Wukla Mat is a very unpopular character, and as someone who absolutely loves Wukla Mat, I'm like, yeah, Wukla Mat is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Like, I've had a lot of Wukla Mat in Dawntrail. I'm satiated. I'm okay with if she's just gonna be regaled to like side character who shows up in like maybe a cutscene somewhere in the patches for now, you know. It's the same thing with like a Dark Knight becoming an off tank. It's a sacrifice I'm willing to make if it's like better for the whole of the game.
I agree with some of those things. I don't know if I agree with all. Like, I don't necessarily agree. This is just me, because you know, I'm always gonna, if someone says tanking anything, I'm gonna go, well, actually.
Yeah.
But,
you are allowed to have your opinions on this, you know.
Sacrificing the ability of the tanks to swap interchangeably between roles is potentially concerning to me, because I'm in a game where the community will mock you if you are a tank that melts tenacity or a healer that melts piety. I don't believe that there will be
oh, you're in the
acceptance.
way.
I'm sorry, I'm traveling.
Hang on, I'll wait.
I don't believe it will be easily accepted that, like, oh, we're gonna have you know, we're gonna have this tank be our main tank and this tank be our off tank, and then someone's gonna say, well, that's not optimal, it should be the other way around, or actually 2 off tanks is optimal, or actually 2 main tanks is optimal, or, you know, it's like, I don't feel very confident.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big risk, yeah.
Because already we have like double. Sometimes some fights are like double shield healer is optimal. Some fights is double raw healer is optimal. You know, it's like I don't feel like it's gonna be actually balanced and managed properly.
I am going to have to send a fuel tank over here, I think, because this truck is almost.
Oh, I have fuel, and I have a fuel truck right with me in my train.
I mean, see, the thing is, I have to go down. I want to sell this trailer, so I'll just send in a fuel truck.
Oh wait, I also need to go down. Crap, I'm going the wrong way.
Oh, well, can you like refuel me then when you're here? Or I can refuel myself, I guess.
I gotta like turn everything around now. Hang on.
Oh, I might be able to help you. I can just hop in that truck over there and just help you that way. Hang on. That's the you're having another road train over there, right? Is the which one is the fuel truck?
I'm in. It's the Royal.
Oh, the Royal. Yeah, I'll hop in that one real quick and help you out, because it's gonna make things faster for me as well. Oh god, I'm gonna shear this, I think. Yep, it's shearing. Yeah, you can go first. I'll figure this out.
You could detach the trailer and if you need to, or do you got it?
No, I got this, I think. I just need to like get past this tree, but that's easy. You would not be able to do this in real life. But hey, it's not real life. It's a video game. It's a video game.
Video game.
Video game. I'm gonna take the opportunity to quickly refuel my own truck, and then I'll let you do your thing again. Hi there, Ecoa, welcome in.
Here's the optimal play. You ready?
Yeah.
Let me pull off to the side. You don't pass just yet. Just stop right there.
Yeah.
Drop your trailer.
Drop the trailer?
Yeah, just detach the trailer and leave it there.
Okay.
Now go refuel your truck,
Uh-huh. Oh, I see what you want. Okay.
and then back up and re-pick up the trailer and refuel my truck.
I like the way you think. So that's the Azov 73 blah 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 blah. It's been refueled, so now we back up. I refuel your truck.
Yep.
This. And now I back up further and I pick the trailer back up. Wow, you're getting real good at trucking.
Yeah. Hey, I've been as someone who is now part of the truck train trolley system. I've learned a thing or two.
Shall I maneuver this in a way where you can winch it again?
Yeah, here, let me pull forward a little bit so it's easier to winch.
I put it then in a place where I'm gonna have to drive behind you to sell this. Okay, should be good like this. All right, I'll switch.
I winched it.
I'll switch back to my Azov then.
Okay.
Is it okay if I go before you? It will probably be faster that way. Oh, you lost the winch.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, probably because I left the truck.
Yeah, you can go first. That's fine.
Yeah, it's easier that way, and I can just go. This thing, I do like this Azov over here because it's very low, but it's very big and like long. So it can take a lot of terrain that you wouldn't really expect it to take. It just kind of like just crashes through it.
Oh, you're already gone.
Yeah, exactly. Even with this big trailer here.
Damn, I need to get that truck then. Holy shit, that truck's awesome.
It's a really good truck. It's the Azov. It's like Azov 70,000. I forgot the exact number, but it's a 70,000. I really like it. Yeah. The coolest thing about it is it has a 3-space bed, so you can use it specifically for missions that require you to move 3 spaces of cargo. I got it for that initially, but I found out that it's just very effective for a lot of different stuff.
I might have to sell one of my trucks to get that truck.
Well, you might have enough money at this point. You have a lot saved up, right?
I do have a fair amount.
It's struggling a bit right here, right now. Should be able to get through it. God, I cannot wait to take you to Dawn and make you do those missions. It's gonna be fun.
Seeing you struggle over there makes me want to go through the swamp.
Well, as long as you have a winch, you can probably get you out. But that's the problem, you don't have a winch. I don't know. I don't know if the swamp is going to be easier, to be honest. The biggest issue is I'm going to have to, I want to sell this trailer, so that's why I'm going this direction. And afterwards, I'm probably going to recover the truck. So I'm going to have to slap the 3-space bed on it. Oh god. Oh god. I can see your lights behind me. I'm trying to hurry up. There's so much mud.
You don't have to worry.
Yeah,
I'm at max speed right now.
I am, so going back to the subject of Final Fantasy a little bit more, I am very curious. Like, they mentioned that this already was like the longest keynote they had ever done, and they have barely scratched the surface of everything they wanted to cover. So I'm curious what else they have to announce. Like, they announced they were gonna update public areas as well and put more stuff in them, and they did not elaborate at all. They wanted to do that in a different fan fest. So I'm
yeah, all you gotta do is wait. Let's see, when is you just gotta wait 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah, it's gonna be at, I think it's like one of them they're gonna address at the Berlin Fan Festival, and another one at the Tokyo Fan Festival, but I forgot which one was where. They said they also wanted to update the quests and do make them more easier to do and more accessible or something, which I have no idea what that means. Because I feel like the quests are already, you just go to the next marker.
And Evercold itself, it will be out as soon as January.
Yeah.
So you only gotta wait
9 months.
9 months. Yeah.
Only gotta wait 9 months, and it will be called it's funny that it's coming out in the middle of winter.
That is funny, isn't
It's gonna be
it?
very cold. Yeah, and Dawnfall came out in the middle of summer.
It's gonna be especially funny when it's our first nuclear winter.
It's gonna be especially funny when our power plants freeze over again. Did that hit too close home? You're still quiet.
No, I'm focused on trucking right now. When you're in the swamp in the dark and you're going 2 miles an hour, that's the most focused you.
Yeah, that's
can
when you need
be.
to lock the fuck in. But yeah, so I'm really happy that they mentioned this explicitly, that they were going to try to improve the public areas, because what I'm hoping for is that they bring some stuff from the field operations over, like the Occult Crescent and Boja and such. Like, those are basically our public areas, just kind of cordoned off, you know? Like, if they put that kind of stuff in the explorable areas, in like regular explorable areas, it also gives them a reason to add more explorable areas over the course of the expansion, you know? Like, you could have, if you do that kind of stuff in the explorable areas, you could, for example, we could have gotten like a public area on the Mist Continent during the 7.x patch cycle or something, you know? Like, that kind of stuff would have been cool. Instead of like always having them their own little cordoned off area that is not related to anything else. You can never have a reason to come there ever again.
Yeah.
That would have been cool.
I'm for more public area stuff. Yeah. As long as it's not Fates.
Well, they were talking about wanting to do like updating the fate system. Like, they're thinking about doing less fates, but have the fates themselves be more elaborate, you know, or like linked together. Kind of like how Guild Wars does it, where you have like actual chains of events playing out. Because I think that they used to do some of that, but they don't really do that anymore.
So I don't know if you ever heard of this game, but there was an MMO it's kind of old. It's really old by this point. But it's called Rift.
I know Rift. I've played it a little bit. Yeah, I think isn't it dead now?
It's super dead. It's been dead for like 10 years, but
yeah.
What made it interesting though was that there were, you know, in the open world there were portals that would open, rifts, if you will, that would open. And like they would spawn like a bunch of enemies and like a boss and stuff, and you would go to the portal, like where it, you know, and they're like terrorizing that area.
Do you need help over there, by the way?
Maybe. Right now I'm figuring it out, but if you want to drive my Royal behind me, that'll make it easier. Because I'm just going to the trailer store.
Yeah, I can probably help you out if you need help.
Yeah, like I said, if you could just hop in the Royal and just follow me.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna recover this truck then, and I will go into the Royal and help you out. And I think that will probably be the last thing I'll do, looking at the time.
Because I'm taking these both to the same spot.
I need to get ready for like the next, for like what's coming up next and stuff. So the marathon is gonna happen again later tonight.
But anyway, so like I said, like a portal would open, it'd spawn like a bunch of enemies or like these objectives, or like people would start like attacking places and stuff like that, and you would go and you would either defend an area or like eliminate the enemies or fight a boss and stuff. Yeah. And typically the portals would have like chain events, so it's like there would be one rift would open and they would like attack the city and you have to defend the city. And then another rift would open and like a boss would spawn and everyone would go fight the boss. And then after you completed both of those rifts, then there'd be like a big like turbo rift, and like everybody in the zone would come over and be like, you gotta, like, some of us have to, you know, deliver these resources, others have to fight off these enemies, and then there's also at the very end there's gonna be another boss fight, you know.
Yeah, cool
like
stuff.
It had a bunch of cool things going on. And whenever I remember when Final Fantasy 14, when I started playing 14, I'm like, it had fates. I'm like, oh, these are like riffs, but they're so one note boring. Like, it's not interesting at all.
Yeah,
and everybody just runs in and spams their AoE move, or picks up a box and delivers it, or fights the boss. You know, like that's all you do.
Yeah, that's what's like. It reminded me a little bit of like how it works in Guild Wars 2, but like Guild Wars 2 has like Guild Wars 2 has like areas, public areas similar to Final Fantasy 14, but like a lot of those areas they have like a kind of a area-wide condition. Like if there's like angry centaurs in the area, you might have like, oh yeah, the centaurs right now are like quiet, or the centaurs are attacking, or the centaurs have like captured a bunch of areas, and because of that, certain waypoints are no longer accessible right now because they're contested. And you have like those so to chains of events that can happen. Like areas can get infrastructure can get destroyed, the area can become harder to navigate, and you have to like fight back against those events in order to undo that kind of stuff. And of course, when the game, like nowadays in the older areas, they're usually like more like they're like people do that kind of stuff less because they're like in the newer areas doing stuff. But it's not unplayable, but it's still like, yeah, it's just it makes the zones feel more dynamic if you do that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, the way it was for Rift was like, and obviously now it's pretty dead, so it would be like nothing. But oh, we can park here, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
But like in zones that didn't have tons of people, like obviously the rifts just didn't open as often, so you were doing other things.
Yeah.
And the more people that started completing rifts, the more events would happen in that area. So like technically you could still experience all the events that would happen completely on your own. It would just be a very slow and lengthy process. But it was meant to be like, oh, there's a bunch of people in this area, we're gonna open a bunch of rifts. And then like there's gonna be like the zone event that happens, and there's multiple different zone events that could happen. And I always thought that was a really good idea, and I'm surprised it's still taken this long for another MMO to like pick up on that idea. And I don't even know if that's exactly what's going to be how it is for Evercold or not, but that's what I'm expecting. Like I have that level of like, this is what I know, and I know it's really fun and cool. I hope that they meet that expectation.
We'll have to see. It'll be cool if they do.
We'll have to see.
So yeah, we'll get more information about it, but I hope that's what they're leaning into. Like, you're not caught up on the MSQ, so I don't want to like give away what's going to happen in it. But there is something in the MSQ that would give them a very good reason to to now of all times improve on those dynamic systems. So I'm very curious to see if they're actually going to do something with that. Because they did another one of those, like, oh yeah, like this really cool thing happened. It's a shame you weren't here to see it, but it totally happened. Again, without spoiling exactly what it was. But they did.
I mean, it's fine.
You
can spoil because I don't really care about the spoilers.
Do you not
right
care?
now.
Okay, then. Basically, like you might have seen the expansion stuff that they were dealing with void incursions again.
Yeah.
And they say, like, yeah, these void incursions are happening globally. Suddenly, everywhere across the globe, void portals are opening up and void centers spilling out. And they were happening in Gridania, in Ul'dah, in Limslo Minsa. But we took care of it. You don't need to worry. You only need to worry about this one group of void cent here in Garlemald. That's why the dungeon is there. You don't need to worry about these other places. We got it covered. And it's like, man, it would have been... If they did actual dynamic stuff with, like, an actual void cent event, you know? Like, it would have been something cool to do to hold us over. Like, well, until the next expansion, like, yeah, you're gonna have to deal with a lot more void cent, special void cent fates or something. That would have been such a cool way to do something like that. But this game just doesn't do that. You don't...
Yeah, and that was another thing was, like, if you were over leveled for a event or rift or whatever, they had a system that it would like sink you down to the appropriate level, but you get to keep all of your spells and skills, so you don't lose the ability to use your new spells and stuff.
Guild Wars 2 works that way as well.
Yeah, and I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah. And they're now with the evolve mode, they're gonna like have you like have your full set of skills much earlier, but it's still not the same.
Yeah.
I would prefer it if they just like keep the skills with the scaling, because that cool thing about that system is that like if you're higher level, you are still stronger when you get synced down, but simply because you have your full kit. But so you still get an advantage of being a higher level. It's just not as big of an advantage because your stats are synced down.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, okay, yes, you can do like 3 or 4 different attacks that you wouldn't have at that level, but that doesn't mean that your damage is going to be like 10 times what you would be able, it might be like maybe pushing 2 times at best.
Yeah,
like,
and if that's really a problem, then just change the syncing even further, like just the formula.
Yeah.
Like you get a further stat penalty if you're higher level or something. That's what a lot of things do. But like something like Sestasha is already such a snore, so easy now, and that's with like 2 skills. So it's like, just give me the full kit in Sestasha, please. Like, who gives a shit? I'm already killing these things like they're nothing with 2 skills. You can also make me kill them like they're nothing with 10 skills, or with like 50 skills. That's one of my bigger annoyances, that they like when they sink you down, they also remove which skills you have access to. Because it just means I'm going to do insane damage with 2 skills now instead of insane damage with 50
I know,
skills.
it's so it becomes boring. Yeah.
I've literally fallen asleep in Sestasha. Literally. I passed out in my chair and was like, what? Oh shit, I'm in a dungeon.
I have both tanked and healed Sestasha with, I think, maybe pushing 2 buttons the entire time.
Yeah.
And 1 button is to move forward. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and exit out to...
Yeah, I was already on the next mission again. Oops. That's okay, I'm gonna turn off the engine, I'm gonna turn off the... Oh, alright. You exit out?
Another
okay.
50k.
I'm gonna exit out as well. Return to main menu, let me see, how much did we make? Well, I can almost afford another truck. I got a new cool new truck today.
Oh, I could probably buy 2 trucks. I didn't even realize. I haven't spent money in a while, so I actually do have a lot of money right now.
I recommend the Azov 70,000. It's a very good truck. I'm really happy about buying it.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing I buy, is probably the Azov.
Alright. Well, chat, I am going to wrap up for now, because I am going to eat some dinner and take care of some evening's routine stuff. I will be back in 2.5 hours from now, roughly. It's probably going to be closer to 3 hours. We're going to play the Mega Man X Marathon with Nemo. I'm not entirely decided. I'm probably going to try to clear all of Mega Man X2 without save states today. And probably not do much more than that. And then next time I'm probably going to try to beat Mega Man X3 without save states. We'll see. We'll see. I'll have to figure it out. It's not going to be Mega Man X1 again, because I'm kind of over Mega Man X1. I know that game back and front now. So, yeah, let's see,
nice.
Who is live? Can I send you? You know what, chat? I'm gonna raid into someone so that y'all can have something else to do for the next 3 hours, because I think that's... Let's see. I know that there's 2 different people that I know who are doing like special event streams. So it would be funny to raid into one of them, but hang on a second. I see Moshi is online, and she is never online when I'm streaming, so I'm actually gonna raid into her, because I wanna raid her sometime, you know. So we're gonna raid Moshi instead of the people who are doing special. Oh no! I just know she's raiding too. Oh my god! I almost raided you into someone who was raiding. Yeah. I'm gonna send y'all to someone else. Sorry, chat. I just literally I clicked the button to raid Moshi when I saw on her stream pop up the message that she's raiding someone else, so she's also wrapping him. Never mind. We'll get Moshi next time. Let's see. Who else are we raiding then? Oh, Skunky. Skunky is live. He never goes live. I have to take this opportunity. Yeah, I'm gonna raid into Skunky. So chat, go say hi to Skunky. Very good friend of the stream. He was here earlier. Go tell him how to play Create. Here's your raid message. Here, I'm trying out a new raid message. How do you like this one? I see the lightning bolts outside. It's actually, there is a thunderstorm outside. Well, chat,
Grade.
if I don't go live later tonight, you know what happens. Okay, here's your rate message if you have my emotes. This is the one if you don't have my emotes. Alright, chat, thank you all for watching. See you again in 3 hours for Mega Man X Marathon. Hope to see you all there. And otherwise, if you're not for that, I'm gonna stream sometime next week. Probably Tuesday again. We're probably gonna continue with Mouse PI because I want to play that more. Alright, have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, stream.
Man, every time with the vertical stream. Show the goodbye message already. Alright, bye.